feeling like I'm Akademiks.
Because y'all motherfuckers have been fucking with him.
Okay, so when Drake...
This ain't new.
Oh, okay, so you're acknowledging, because I like that little saying, I don't know how long you had it, but it's clear that it does affect some shit, because Jay is now saying, after getting his ass kicked media-wise, PR-wise, people are accusing him of stuff, linking him with other people that did really vile stuff, and just throwing random stuff at him. He said, "No, I'm getting on offense now." So he's reacting to the dirty water. What I'm saying is that...
I think that one thing that we're missing... This
is where Charlamagne starts blatantly lying. He's going to try to say Jay only is responded because they called him or accused him of pedophilia. That's not true. Jay is responding to Twitter people. He's responding to Drake. He's responding to everything that he thinks has to do with his image. Not just people thinking that he may be doing some sexually deviant shit.
Conversation that's not just about us. We're clearly having a media pop culture conversation. I remember last year... you were saying like, oh, Jay's gonna come out with all of this, promotion and marketing and all of this stuff next year to change the narrative. And I'm like, act is slick. Because you're not dumb. You knew it was the 30-year anniversary of Reasonable Doubt. You knew.
Actually not. I just know media. I know media. I did that in real time. I know media, and I said, damn, what could happen that could give him some positive press? Because I'm telling you how it works. I'm telling you how it honestly works. Anytime a rapper goes through really bad press, you first lean on nostalgia. I think just like everybody believes, Drake was putting out those documentary pieces and put out 100 gigs, right? To remind people like, damn, how y'all acting like I'm the worst nigga ever? I thought y'all loved me. Right? I said Jay was going to do the same thing. That's media 101, my nigga. Media 101. Remind them. Make them remember. So, Jay-Z, what the fuck could he make us remember now? Okay, let's look. All right, I looked at, and I seen Reasonable Doubt, 30 years. Oh, bingo, that's it. That's it. He was either going to do a documentary, which, by the way, he is doing a documentary. He's doing an 8-part series documentary. So he's doing a documentary, celebration of the first album. Yeah.
Yo, you knew that it was gonna be.
Charlotte think I stepped on his foot.
No. You knew that. So it's like okay, let me play the role of being.
Charlotte, you think I'm asking?
Okay, it's like when I come out and I say.
No, Charlotte, I know the media like the back of my hand.
You should, but the worldwide nigga that don't. So now when they see that it's the 30-year anniversary of Reasonable Doubt, the 25-year anniversary of the Blueprint, stay with me now. The 30-year anniversary of his first album, which laid the foundation for everything. The 25-year anniversary of arguably his best album, and the 10-year anniversary of what I think is one of his best albums, 444. Of course it's going to be a media blitz. Of course he's going to do concerts. Of course it's going to be merchandise. Of course he might step out there and do some interviews and more shows. Yeah, we know this.
Also, I could see a PR whitewash from a mile away. All right,
but why not? But let me finish my point. Why not use both?
Okay.
Because that's what me and you do. Me and you are doing that right now.
Okay.
Me and you are taking the opportunity to say, you know what? Me and I've been having the worldwide nigga net talking for 2-3 weeks. Let's sit down and do a sit down.
Yeah, because 3 minutes ago, you literally said that basically those type of things, I'm telling you it was happening to Drake. You're saying those type of things don't affect you. So, because I'm saying it with Drake in the sense of, for 2 years, he kind of got his ass kicked to the media. I'm the only nigga who said, hey, it could be 1,000 of y'all. That's my man's. And I thought we evened out the conversation.
Sure, I'm saying that none of it affects these people career-wise. Jay-Z selling out. Jay-Z got 140,000 tickets sold this weekend at Yankee Stadium. He's selling out all around the world.
I beg to differ. He sat in a fucking chair for four days, like taking out his wicks, trying to get like a afro to this Drake and Nicki Minaj.
You don't believe
and Kanye, and none of them responded to him.
You don't believe
none of them responded to him.
You got to stop.
None of them responded.
You know why you got to stop doing
none of them
like
responded,
that?
Man. Like, that was bad.
You're smarter than
the only person responding was Oskino and Dame Dash.
Fuck the response. They've been shitting on that man for 4 years prior.
What Drake said?
So this guy
Drake said the jig is up and he crashed out?
This guy referenced Jay-Z like 4 or 5 times on Iceman.
He just said he don't want to file. He want to file in the cave.
This is why Akademiks is good. Nobody cares about the truth when the lie is more entertaining, and you are a great entertainer / liar. Because
What? Charlotte can't get.
because Drake literally mentioned Jay-Z 4 or 5 times on Iceman. You know Nicki been going
What
crazy.
has Jay
Come on,
done?
you know,
Since we know y'all
listen to
cool.
this. You know Nicki been going crazy on him for years.
She's been cool.
Dame Dash been going. It don't matter. Dame Dash been going crazy
Yeah, they
on him for
responded back
years.
to him.
But fuck a response. They've been talking about him prior. So finally, I give
Jay-Z
you
not on Drake's radar right now. Like, you could tell he ain't get a response. You know Drake usually responds to a lot more people.
See, you trying to get my cortisol levels up.
No, he
trying to get my
cleared the air.
Des, send him in. Send him in. Yo, he mentioned Jay 4 or 5 times on Iceman.
When? No,
You just referenced two.
No. I know he referenced him, but like, you're acting.
I'm not trying to do what Charlamagne did. I'm not trying to gaslight. When I say Jay-Z isn't on Drake's radar, yes, he had lines like "Jig is up" or whatever, but he's not really really shooting at Jay. Like, he's not like, oh, I gotta go compete with Jay. Jay, I keep telling you, made his billions outside of music. Drake is trying to get, and by the way, I heard some stuff, but I think that the OVO chain prevents me from saying it, but he's trying to get what Jay-Z couldn't have even imagined. Right? And by the way, if it gets done, he might be richer than Jay. But it's a different conversation. Anyway, what he's trying to get from the labels is Jay-Z is not a blueprint for. No disrespect to Jay-Z. Jay-Z's never been in that position. So this idea that he's on Drake's radar, like, yeah, Drake's dropping a few lines. I'm not going to lie. But he's not, like, focused on this guy who I think this run is going to be Jay-Z trying to clean his reputation and trying to shoot back at some of these other people. Except, I don't think these people are worried about Jay. He's a non-factor for what they want to do. Nicki Minaj. I do think Nicki got some problems with Jay, but I don't think if Nicki's about to drop an album or whatever Nicki's like next 18 or 24 months is going to look like, Jay is the focus of that. I don't think most people, other than Dame Dash, who sits on, these podcasts and he talks about him pretty frequently, I don't think they're focused on Jay like that. And Jay might not be focused on them like that, but I do think this time around, Jay has to be focused on them because, listen, when he just talked about Target, nobody cared. So if it's not Jay addressing artists, Jay's just been in the game for too long. Yes, we'll celebrate your old album, but what are you talking about? Unless you're going to tell us you cheated on Beyonce one more time, right?
Like he's trying to go back and forth. Jay-Z went and did a freestyle diss.
I can't respond. I'm a rapper. I'm responding directly to your lyrics. The jig is up. Oh, word. Now you're looking at the wrong chart.
Listen, I'm going to be honest with you. And again, I'm not, word on the street, he didn't get a response. It was kind of weak. That's why.
You got
It was kind of weak. Let's be.
Jay-Z was responding to Drake.
Word on the street. The reason why he ain't get a response, it was kind of weak. It didn't hit
Jay-Z responded to Drake. And by the way, there's nothing to respond to because it wasn't like it was a diss.
But
you
it was a
say,
weak
yo,
response.
the jig is up, whatever. Drake said the jig is up, blah, blah, blah. Jay gave him a couple of bars. That's what he did. He gave him a couple of bars.
But I think that was a great moment.
And how can Drake respond? Other than saying, I don't look up to you no more?
No,
That's silly.
it's a great moment where I think people kind of looked at it and be like, yeah, that's the OG, Jay, but it's like, there's like kind of levels in between right now. Drake should have responded.
It was dope. And you know it was dope.
It was dope.
We're still talking about it now. You talked about it for days.
No. You know why we talked about it?
You lost your mind.
No.
And by the way,
we talked about it because he got out of character. Charlamagne, I literally sat with you. I sat with you. Hold on. We're on the phone. Charlamagne is gaslighting me saying, yo, I don't even think any of these people, like, I don't know if you say verbatim, like, they might not even know what's up with you. Like, nah, I don't think that. You said, literally to me, you said, Jay is too high up. He's not thinking about Drake.
No, I'm talking
he
about.
He went on stage and rapped about it.
No, I didn't say Drake. I'm talking about you.
No, you said, because you referenced his interview. You referenced his interview with
Yes,
Fraser.
Fraser.
And Fraser said in the interview, because you referenced exactly when Jay said, yo, why am I thinking about Drake and Kendrick Lamar? And you echoed that. That's why I know it was about Drake.
He didn't say
and then
that.
5 days later,
No.
everything we talked about on the phone, it's like he was on three-way. He went on the stage and rapped.
No, what Jay said was...
Were you at the concert?
No, what Jay said was, I'm Jay-Z. Why would I be jealous of any of these people? And I think you referenced Drake in particular. I can't remember right now. But he said, I'm Jay-Z. Why would I be jealous of any of these people? That's a specific thing, which I agree with. He's Jay-Z. Why would he be jealous? No, for what? You got to tell me why.
Well, why would he respond then?
Because he's a rapper. And he's
Drake beats his record.
No.
Wrong chart.
Listen.
Wrong chart, champ.
Listen, he's a rapper who's in rapper mode right now because he's outside. It's the 30th year, and it's the 30-year anniversary of Reasonable Doubt, the 25-year anniversary of the Blueprint. It's actually smart. See, he doesn't do what some of us have to do, meaning that got to respond to every single thing. If I don't got nothing to talk about, if I don't got nothing to promote, you're not going to see me. Now this year, he got all this shit to promote. Yeah, y'all going to get some smoke. And you said Jay-Z's out of character. You don't know Jay-Z's career then. Right, Jay-Z has always given people smoke. Always through bars.
You're going against what you told me, which is he basically not thinking about it. Now he is thinking about it. He's giving niggas smoke.
No, I didn't say that. See, this is one thing about you. You're good. What I said was, he said, I'm Jay-Z. He said, I'm Jay-Z. I'm not jealous of anybody else because I'm me. I didn't say nothing about not responding to no music. I'm Jay-Z. I'm not jealous of nobody else. That's how I feel about me. Okay. I hate when people say, yo, you're jealous of this person, you're jealous of her. For what? I'm me. If anything, I salute that individual. I salute those people. You number one on Complex, yo, act big up.
Hey, can I ask you a question?
Yes.
Because I do think this is also at the center of a lot of this. Mm-hmm. I believe these days in media, I'm gonna make an analogy, but I'm gonna use politics.
Okay.
For years and decades, when it came to U.S. politics, when the topic of Israel came up, people were endeared to it, right? It was always seen that it was a place that is an ally of the United States and that a place that the U.S. should protect. The conversation has changed these days. When Israel is normally brought up in most political conversations that I see, people are like, damn, why are we going to war for them? It's very drastically changed. I use that analogy to say, I wonder what your perception is on the Jay-Z and Rock Nation conversation now. I believe that when Jay-Z and Rock Nation name used to come up, it was a blanket like, yeah, that's that nigga, like he from the culture. These days when I hear a lot of people talking about anything with him, whether it's a Target thing, and I didn't even give him shit for that, but they look at it with almost a sour taste in their mouth as of like, you know what? I feel like you guys have misused our trust, misused the cultural equity. And I think that a lot of these other stuff that, you might be bringing up, it's a byproduct of it because I believe Jay-Z wholeheartedly. He's on offense this year. Yeah. And he has to fight these narratives. And how do you fight these narratives? You got to fight also some of the people who might be the biggest and loudest voice pushing that. So what do you think about it? Or do you at least acknowledge that that's happening?
I think all of those things are subjective. I think that when you're an artist...
Jay-Z's Israel, I keep telling you. Niggas ain't fucking with him no more. That's a fact. Jay-Z's like Israel, bro. Niggas ain't fucking with that boy no more. That's like, and I think he's, even this last freestyle, I think he's trying to like convince, but it's not people, it's himself, because I think the only way to change it is to have real conversations. Like, you can't keep gaslighting like, nah, man. Nah, and that boy, like, you dissing Kaepernick. Like, no, that's part of the reason niggas don't like you. You've never really had these qualitative conversations that really make sense, that people fully understand the stuff that you did, that they could gain trust again.
I think that when you're in the music industry, when you're any type of celebrity, right?
By the way, sorry to do a real quick plug, but chat, I want all y'all to go to my Instagram page. It doesn't matter, personal or my main one. I want you to click on that link in the bio. Eventbrite. I'm going to Toronto, okay? I'm going to be out there with the real Sixers. Don't you worry. July 31st, I'm in Toronto. We still got some tickets. We've been sold out of VIP and meet and greets, but we got some tickets. You want to be in the building. I would love to see you all, my people who cross the border. Canada, this is our first international venue. And if you don't know what does it mean, DJ Akademiks Live, I basically do some stand-up. We do some crowd stuff. We do kind of what we do on stream, but also definitely we're going to have a few performers and, we just got to have a good time, So, and also we do giveaways. So you guys should definitely come through if you can. Make it a date night if you're with your woman. If you're just with the boys, just come through, just have some drinks with me. And, yeah, we'll have a good time, all right? So July 31st, please, there's still tickets available. Get them now. Because if you've been watching me, you're across that border. Or shit, even if you're not from that across that border, it's Caravana weekend. That used to be LeBron James' favorite week. And LeBron used to be over there with that wedding ring off. You know what I'm saying? But listen, son, Big Act going to be there now. Big Act going to be over there because since he not welcome right now in the 6, Big Act going to be there. Yeah, LeBron used to be over there with that wedding ring off. Still, I ain't going to. But nah, I'm going to be over there. I'm going to do my thing. So not only am I there the whole Carabana weekend, your boy Big Act will be gallivanting through the streets, through the clubs. Listen, talk to me nice. I want y'all in that building. All right. Anyway, back to regular scheduled programming.
You know, there's going to be maybe ebbs and flows, but I don't even look at it as ebbs and flows. I just look at it as I'm a Jay-Z fan. You may not be, but I'm 48 years old. So all of those albums mean something to me. So I'm at the concert this weekend with 140,000 other people. So for all of those people online,
this is another sleight of hand. He's going to say, because I'm saying, yo, people are not really jacking Jay-Z right now. And he's going to say, but I don't know who you're talking about because I'm going to be at the concert with 140,000 people this weekend. Seems like everybody loves him.
A music conversation, though, that people are giving him shit about.
Well, sometimes you can get, man, sometimes you can get too big for the room. Sometimes you can be so successful and be so
Jay-Z's so successful, everybody just turned into haters. I like that.
Go at the top of your game for so long that people just start hating you for any reason whatsoever. You got more haters now than you did 5 years ago. Why do you think that is, Zach?
But it's different if the narrative has changed. And that's how
people will always. How many narratives have they shifted on you over the last 3-4 years?
Charlie, you're avoiding the point.
No, I'm not. I'm showing you the point. When somebody listen. When somebody doesn't like you for whatever reason, they will use anything that's against you, and they will side with anything that's against you. It can be you can get online and be the most trivial shit. Like, yo, we sat around arguing about his hair, bro. Whether his hair was real, whether you can really comb dreadlocks out. You realize how petty that is, yo?
Yeah, but you're still missing the bigger point.
What's the bigger point?
The bigger point is that. And
the bigger point is you gotta love niggas more than they hate themselves.
I gotta ask you this because I think the rest of the I'm gonna call them interns. I think you gotta be on payroll. They're interns. Like there's a couple of
they're who? No, I'm not. I've never been signed to Roc Nation. I'm not managed by Roc Nation.
Is there at least an acknowledgement that when people there's a growing consensus of conversation that if Jay right now was announced that I'm partnering with someone to build a children's hospital in the middle of the hood in Newark, New Jersey.
People would talk shit.
And I'm not just saying only haters. People are looking at him like, is he really doing this?
I think what you're saying.
You're not acknowledging.
No, I am acknowledging. What you're saying is true, but I promise you that's been going on since the beginning of time for anybody that's in a position of power, for anybody that's successful. There's nobody on this planet who can do anything that won't receive criticism from people. And this is why I always tell folks, all right, you mad I'm opening up the children's hospital? Well, go do something better. If you don't like me opening up the children's hospital, then you go do something better.
Yeah, but how do you think it affects him? Because I could see the clear.
I don't think he cares. By the way, I don't know.
He doesn't care, but he's saying I'm going on offense. He's combing out his hair. He cut his hair now. He's like, Jay-Z doesn't care?
He has to care. You want me to tell you why?
Okay, tell me why.
Because when you could walk into the NFL offices and you just met with Colin Kaepernick and you snake him and you basically say, hey, listen.
You didn't snake him.
Okay, well,
I was there.
His wife begs to differ, and
I was there.
You were there.
I was there.
Okay, all right.
You didn't see the video? I'm in the room.
Desiree, come on in.
No, it's public. I was in the room.
Yeah, but other conversations happened before that.
I was around for a lot of conversations.
That were private?
Yes, even some private ones.
So you work for them then?
No.
How do you? It's not like you're saying.
You do know.
He's around for the private conversations, not only the ones that are meant for the media. Okay.
Me and Nessa and Colin were like this at one point.
Okay, so it's their fault.
All I'm simply saying is,
Charlotte, you can't DJ Khaled this one. You got to pick it.
I'm saying
they've been vocal this week too.
Yes, and if you ask me, Jay-Z didn't snake them. That's my personal.
So they're
opinion.
idiots.
What? Who said that?
Well, they feel the exact opposite. So it's either they didn't do something. There's no way nobody's at fault.
Everybody can have a perspective. And when you're dealing with a lot of different personalities and a lot of different people and everybody seeing things different ways, there's a lot of different perspectives. From my POV of that situation, he didn't get snaked at all. In no way, shape, or form.
Okay.
And I don't even want to get into that because this isn't a conversation about Colin. Because regardless of how me and Colin are now, I have always had much respect for Colin. If I've ever said I love you, like I've said for Nessa, I'ma always love you. That's just me personally. Regardless of how people may feel about me, I'ma always carry that love and have that respect. But if you ask me,
she probably hate Roc Nation more than me.
Oh, 100%. She hated Roc Nation then. What are we talking about?
Okay.
She hated Roc Nation then. But when those calls were happening, like, we gotta get Colin to try out.
But,
we got. I'll give you this.
Jay was writing this.
I'll give you this. Yo, all right, y'all doing this deal? Yo, Colin got to get a try. Go watch the interview where it's me, Roger Goodell, Jay-Z. I'm the one in the office, and we can even probably put that in this video. I'm the one in the office saying, yo, all of this shit is cool, but the best PR for the NFL right now would be to make sure Colin Kaepernick gets the job. Do you want people to stop that? Oh.
No, I don't want people to stop protesting at all. Kneeling, I know we're stuck on it because it's a real thing, but it's a form of protest. I support protests across the board. We need to bring light to the issue.
I agree with that. But Commissioner, can Cap get a job?
What?
Can Colin Kaepernick get a job? Is he being
Yeah, any team can sign it right now.
I think the biggest issue people have is they want to know how you could partner with a league on social justice when Colin Kaepernick, who brought it to the attention of the masses by peacefully protesting against social injustices, still out of a job. Can Colin Kaepernick get a job? I'm the one pressing the line on Roger Goodell and Jay-Z.
You were just saying it with no action behind it, knowing that.
What can I do? Well, I'm just in the room as a media personality.
Well, put it like that.
Oh, okay. You want to know the action behind it? Y'all got to make sure Colin Kaepernick gets back in the league. All right, we're going to get Colin a tryout. Do we forget Roc Nation got Colin Kaepernick a tryout? Do we forget that? It was public. Everybody knew about it. It was big news. An hour before, Colin decides to go to a whole other field, like an hour and a half away, and hold a private tryout and left all of these NFL representatives from these different teams at the field where the actual tryout was supposed to be.
Let me tell you the criticism that I agree with there. And you made some points and even brought some stuff up. Maybe I'll think about it a little differently. But what I won't think about differently
Are you
is
allowed to? With a Drake chain on and a steak shirt on? Are you allowed to say anything positive about Roc Nation?
Well, why would Drake have a problem with Roc Nation?
I don't know.
You're
the one keep saying that. You're the first person to tell me that.
You're telling me that Jay went on stage to respond to him when you never know what he meant when he said the jig is up.
You got to stop.
But here's the point. Here's the point. I hear what you're saying, but this is the thing that Roc Nation has a reputation of. And I can name you 50 different ways and 50 different people who feel like this. And it's one, if everybody keeps saying, yo, don't leave Charlamagne in your crib, he gonna steal something. And you hear from like 5 to 10 people, maybe you want to keep a camera in that room. The nigga might be stealing. What Jay-Z and Roc Nation did that I think Colin felt a way about, and of course his wife, is that there was a movement started and it was centered around this individual. You came in, used this cultural currency, and you co-opted the movement for your own personal gain and acted like, oh, okay, just give him a tryout. Like that was always about. And so you're throwing him some crumbs while you really, that deal that Jay got is the reason we're having so many different discussions.
But what you just said isn't true because the movement wasn't centered around Colin Kaepernick not having a job in the league. And that's something that Jay-Z said in that meeting. The movement, when Colin Kaepernick took a knee, it was to protest against injustice that was happening.
And Jay-Z came in and co-opted it and said, we're beyond kneeling. So we're done with that.
But wouldn't you say, in a way, Colin might have co-opted his own movement? And the reason I say that is because as soon as he was no longer in the NFL and he got blackballed from the NFL, it became about him not having a job. Could you agree on that?
I'll agree with you.
So don't you think in a way he might have co-opted his own movement?
Yeah, but isn't it snakish that you take over? Like if I got a plight, like, yo, they not giving people with OVO chains this opportunity. And then a nigga comes in, takes over my movement and reaps all the benefits and then try to throw me some crumbs. I should be happy for that nigga?
But how did Jay reap the benefits? Colin didn't want it. First of all, Colin did take a settlement, right? Colin did take a settlement.
Hold on. How did he reap the benefits? He signed a deal with the NFL. And also it was rumored it was rumored that Jay was supposed to go get an NFL team.
But what that got to do with Colin? I think we all forget.
Jay came in to squash black people concerns for his own benefit and acted like this was some shit that was for the
Here's the thing.
progression.
I don't even like speaking for other people because, contrary to your popular belief, I don't work for Rock Nation. But based off what I saw in that meeting, in that room, there was two things happening at the same time that people forget about. Remember, Jay-Z was the person who told Travis Scott, man, you shouldn't perform at the Super Bowl because you're not a co-headliner. You had the biggest year in music, period, of any artist. You should be headlining that stage. He didn't like the way the NFL was treating black performers, hip-hop performers in regards to halftime shows.
And the only way he could have taken it over was basically by pushing Colin Kaepernick out of the way. But hold on, that's just one
what
situation.
does Colin have to do with that side of it?
Hold on. And by the way, that's just one situation.
Hold on, but what does Colin have to do with what I just spoke about?
What?
If Jay-Z had a problem with the way the Super Bowl was conducted,
He would have never signed that deal without Colin. They needed.
How?
Yo, Charlamagne, are you serious right now?
Yes, I am.
You think that Jay-Z would have signed the halftime?
You need to go back and actually watch the. Listen, hold on, before you say
They owed him a debt of gratitude.
Listen,
They was never going to give him a team. They gave him that bullshit.
Before you,
It's not bullshit, but it's like the
You
halftime
need
show.
to go watch the hour-long conversation that we had. In that,
Why didn't they sign a deal before that?
Listen, they were. That's what I'm trying to get you to understand. They were already working toward that. Jay-Z was saying how Roger Goodell was asking him to do X, Y, and Z, and Roger J told me, this is about me performing. Nah, dead that. That's not what I want to do. He was trying to make it a better situation for artists that were black and brown, period. And he did that over the last 5 years. The whole injustice piece, that was something completely different.
If you sit
Matter of
here
fact, it's
with
two
me-
different initiatives. Inspire Change is the social justice piece.
If you sit here and I remember Papa John's and all these sponsors, they were so upset that people were kneeling. They were backing away from the NFL. They were pretty much about to hemorrhage viewers and cash.
Yeah.
They needed to get black people on board. Remember the niggas were saying they was not watching, but they still betting on fantasy sports. We all seen it. Jay came in for a reason and the NFL owed him.
People did not stop watching football, bro.
Okay. It mattered enough.
And you do know in that meeting, Jay-Z said verbatim, because I said it. This always gets edited out whenever they talk about the Jay-Z says we're past kneeling. I go, so you want them to stop the protest? And he goes, no, I don't want them to stop the protest. I want them to do whatever you feel like it is you need to do. But this is what I feel like I need to do. This is my action item. He said, whatever your action item is.
You got a cultural equity to tell everybody we're past kneeling. And they're giving us a token gift that we could use it symbolically of how much they understand our plight. So he gets this gift, Colin gets whatever, and basically co-opts the movement, and that's why he's hated.
That's a perspective.
And by the way, that's only one thing.
I don't agree with that perspective, but that's a perspective.
Okay, and that's only one thing. If we go to Meg Thee Stallion, same situation.
What's the Meg Thee Stallion situation?
1501, they signed her. Okay, she's on Warner at the time. They literally accused Rock Nation of having tortious interference.
I don't know nothing about none of that shit.
Well, I'm just trying to tell you a pattern of how Rock Nation has moved. Bobby Shmurda's online saying the same thing, right?
Well, can I say something from my perspective?
How come everybody has stories that are matching? There's a pattern.
Can I say some things? This is why I fuck with Rock Nation, because I've seen how they treat.
This is the part they're gonna put in the new employee orientation.
People that can't do anything for them. I've seen the exact opposite of a lot of the things.
Frank Lucas used to give back to the hood too.
I've seen it. What are you talking about, Frank? You're comparing a drug dealer to a legal black and brown corporation?
No, because you're saying that because they have done good things for people who are not fortunate, that mean they're overall good. No. I'm naming you specific things.
Yes, and I can name you specific things that I've seen them do for people.
So if I kill 3 niggas and I do a turkey giveaway, it's cool.
Why is it killing? This is business. First of all,
I'm telling you the bad things that they did.
There are no permanent friends or enemies when it comes to business. And in business, and you're going to learn this as you continue to do business, there's going to be times where people just are not going to be happy. That's just the way this shit goes. If you've been doing business don't say nothing for a second. If you've been doing business for as long as they've been doing business, at that level, it is impossible to have a perfect score. You can't point to any businessman, businesswoman on this planet that has a perfect score. There's always going to be somebody that feels like, oh, I got slighted, or oh, this didn't go right for me. That's just the way shit goes.
You're missing the
I'm
majority.
not missing nothing.
The majority of the media narrative, if you think this is just the normal amount of dissenters that are saying, oh, I felt I got screwed over. If you ask,
what's the
if
ratio?
you do a poll, you should do it on the Breakfast Club. You should do a poll about what is their consensus when they hear Rock Nation.
To who? Who am I asking this to?
The general public. What I'm
It's
saying
going to
is
be
that
140,000 of us at Yankee Stadium this weekend throwing up the rock sign.
that's music.
What you mean? No, that's the artist. We're there in celebration of Sean Carter, Jay-Z. I like his music.
We're talking about Jay-Z and the moves that are not music. Of course, people like his music.
Okay.
Like, we're not gonna have that. That's a stupid conversation to have.
So let me ask you a question. What do you think, if you ask 21 Savage about Jay-Z, what do you think he'll say?
I don't know. I should ask him about it.
What you mean? He helped him with his immigration case. If you ask Meek Mill about Jay-Z, what do you think he's gonna say?
Maybe now we'll say something good, but I was hearing before, maybe not so much.
Well, that's crazy to me. That individual.
Jay himself rap. He said Meek could. He said I could never diss Meek. I freed that nigga from a whole bit.
And he's right.
He's right, but why would he even rap
He
that
said
if
me
there
and
was
Meek
nothing
he
there?
said me and Meek could never beef.
Well, if there was nothing there, why?
My point is, you should ask people. Like, listen, I can.
I asked enough because I named like 3 people, and you're like, nah, I don't know. I don't hear about it.
I'm
I'm calling Bobby Schmurder right now. Let me explain.
I am a
you don't want to hear from Bobby?
No, because I don't care. Like, that's his
That's what I'm
perspective.
saying. You don't care?
I can't tell him he's wrong. You understand what I'm saying? Like, that was his experience.
There's no split consensus on anything else in hip
If
hop.
you ask Rihanna about Jay-Z and Rock Nation, what would she say? Ask me about Jay-Z and Rock Nation.
I can know you work with him. That's the thing.
Listen,
this is news to me.
we have an initiative, and I saw your people's posting this. We have an initiative called the United Justice Coalition, right? That was taken completely out of context too.
What is it?
The United Justice Coalition is a community initiative. So it's all of these different, organizations, social justice initiatives, mental wealth initiatives, mental wealth organizations who come together. It's a bunch of them, and we do things for the community. Like somebody can get on an email right now and say, yo, there's a jail in Mississippi right now that has terrible conditions. The inmates are complaining. We need to get somebody on that. Or, hey, there was a shooting in Mississippi. The police killed, this young black man. We need to send some activists, over there. Like, that's the type of organization it is. And every year for the last 4 or 5 years, we do a big summit in New York called the United Justice Coalition. Ask me how much I get paid for that.
And for every good story like that,
But no, ask me how much I get paid for that.
yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what you're right.
$0.
Do you own part of that?
It's a nonprofit.
Yeah, it's a
nothing to own.
Okay, do you write over your taxes?
No, there's nothing to write off. I'm a part of the UJC. I'm sure somebody might write it off on their taxes, but it's not me.
The point of what I'm trying to say is that the narrative around, and I think this is why they think we've created it. I don't think it's
No,
us.
I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that.
Again, we could go back to more stuff. Why is Nicki going up on him? Nicki felt like he did some unethical shit business-wise when it came to title.
Why Nicki goes in on everybody.
And
Nicki still got paid from what I saw.
So Nicki goes at everybody just like how she's going at Jay-Z? I think
Yes.
it's a little bit different.
What? What are we talking about right now?
No, she goes at people. I'm not saying she doesn't.
Nicki goes crazy on everybody. But once again, I don't even want to get into this conversation because I don't know all of their.
You don't think that
listen. I don't know all of their business dealings. I can't sit here
Yeah,
and
but you
talk
just
to
told me about the business deal where you're like,
No.
donate your time. What
That's
about the business
me.
deal where, okay.
That's me, my perspective. I
Yeah,
can't.
but you also said if I asked Rihanna and these other people who I've never talked
because I'm looking at individuals that I've seen them help in tremendous ways.
on that title stage, Nicki Minaj was there, and she's blatantly saying, hey, she's saying what I've always said.
Yeah.
Jay-Z sold the idea to the culture that we're going to do some FUBU shit when it comes to streaming services. For the artist, by the artist. He basically then sold the company and became a board. He's on the board.
That was the plan.
Of Square.
That's the plan the whole time when it comes to business. If me and you launch a company right now, at some point,
Those artists supported it, not for that.
Yeah, but at some point, we're going to come together. We're going to get a bunch of subscribers to come to this company, and we're going to sell it for a shitload of money. We're going to split the money up and keep it moving. That's business.
Okay, and while I agree with that, you can't blame people for. I think even with the casino thing, I think that casino thing don't work. People know Jay full of shit. Anything Jay,
I don't know why you have this hard on.
No, I'm being honest with
Jay.
you.
It's crazy.
You're,
it's kind of crazy.
you're smart though. You're smart.
Listen, let me ask you a question.
You don't think his reputation's in dirt right now?
I don't hate Drake the way you hate Jay-Z.
Well,
I only critique the music
listen,
and his clothes.
Drake sent you bottles and shouted you out on a diss song. Jay-Z and his people got me in court, federal court.
I'm gonna tell you something else Drake did that you should have done. Who gave Drake a heads up about the reference tracks?
What heads up did I have that I didn't give him?
No. Who gave Drake a heads up about the reference tracks 10 years ago?
Yeah, I heard you there, yeah.
Everybody thought me and Drake had such crazy beef. But me being a human, right? I'm like, I don't want to destroy this man's career. I don't hate this man like that. So I called my homegirl, Jazz Fly, who's no longer with us, God bless the dead, not even knowing she got a relationship with Drake. Just talking to her about the situation. I said, you know what, when we finished talking, I said, I'm gonna call Jay Prince and just let Jay Prince be like, no, somebody sent me these reference tracks, blah, blah, blah. You think when I sent Drake, Jay Prince the reference tracks, Jay Prince didn't give a fuck where they came from. He was just like, yo, I got these reference tracks. This is what they trying to do to my man. Hey, Drake, now you got the heads up, figure it out. So Drake went on offense and got in front of whatever the narrative was going to be.
So if anything, it sounds like you're taking credit for Drake like responding as he should and bodying Meek Mill. Did you see Meek recently put that? He said that Akademiks is the reason streams went down. Nigga, it's you.
Can I say something? You gonna make me buy bottles for Charlamagne? How do you think I even got in that song?
Okay, all right, so good, kudos. But what I'm saying is
you should have followed his lead.
Follow whose lead?
You should have followed your man, your
and
idol.
sent you some bottles?
No. You should have followed your idol's lead. And when Charlamagne gave you a heads up, instead of saying, you know what, let's go on the offense against Charlamagne for what reason, I don't know. Let me just get in front of these narratives.
It's me and Rock Nation. We've been in for a minute.
Go ahead.
I told you this on the phone. You know what you should have said? Those my people over there, you my mans. Yo, listen, I'm going to just get out the way. Instead, you play defense.
No, you know what I said? Those my people. I'm gonna get you a conversation with them.
Charlotte, you probably had the. All right, did you talk to them?
What if maybe?
No,
maybe.
What did they say?
Maybe I didn't. Maybe I did. Maybe I did. To be honest with you,
hold on. What do they say about?
Here's the thing.
What do they say?
No, I'm gonna tell you the truth.
Since you're saying when you mentioned George to them,
I'm gonna tell you the truth. I didn't even get a chance to. You know why I didn't get a chance to? Because your man immediately started jumping on me the very next fucking day.
Okay,
so by that point, I'm like, well, what the fuck? Now they coming at me? Okay. So why would I then pick up the phone and use my cachet to be like, yo.
Shut up, I'm gonna be honest, I think they would have told you to get the fuck out of there. Huh? They would have laughed till the phone hung up.
We don't know. I don't think so.
They spent over $500,000 trying to get at me. Like they're not gonna be like, oh, Charlotte said like let's holler at them.
Who wants to spend $500,000 on a person?
Okay, so let me ask you. So when you
But time out, you didn't even give me a chance. Is what I'm telling you.
All right, but I'm asking you, when you've had the conversation or any conversation related to any of this with them, and don't gaslight me like, nah, I never talked to them.
You're not gonna like what I said. You're not gonna like what I got to say.
So when you talk to Jay-Z or you talk to Desiree Perez,
Jay-Z has never mentioned you. I don't even, by the way, what makes you think I talk to Jay like that? I don't. That's the craziest thing about all of this.
You know, you literally said, I'm gonna call all the way to the very top. Who's at the very top?
That could have been Dez. That's who.
Okay,
like that's
when you talk to Dez, then all right. When you talk, like
Dez is busy. Dez ain't thinking. When I tell you she not thinking about this type of shit, I'm just telling you, bro.
In a deposition, 5 hours in, they said
that was 3 years ago when her artist was in duress.
She just sued. Well, no, she just actually asked for Twitter accounts that's talking about her and her daughter case to be investigated and deposed. Yes.
You're not making no sense right now.
No. Hold on.
You're talking about a personal issue between her and her daughter.
No, wait. You said this person, we're talking about Desiree Perez, the CEO of Rock Nation, you said she's so busy, she wouldn't care to have these conversations or to even be thinking about whatever. I'm telling you.
You just said, and by the way, I don't know anything about this. You just said her and her.
I got you, Charlotte.
You said her.
You got to pull out the receipts on Charlotte. Hold on, I got you, Charlotte.
You said her and her. You said her and her daughter.
Well,
that's different than her and DJ Akademiks. I'm telling you right now, respectfully, you're leading with a lot of ego.
Charlotte.
And if I'm wrong, listen, if I'm wrong, I'll be wrong in the future. Right now, it feels like you're leading with a lot of ego.
Charlotte,
I'm not playing no defense.
You're playing defense for these people because you're acting like they're above the fray. They're not. They're wallowing in the mud. They just play a different game where they're an invisible hand.
You're saying I'm playing defense. When I called you privately to tell you something about you, then the very next.
Sure, you're playing defense, and I'm telling you who it's coming from.
No.
You're saying it ain't them.
No,
you gotta stop.
You gotta stop saying that. And this is the part I want people to actually see. I called you to give you a heads up on something. You respond by having your guy start attacking me.
I didn't tell him.
So I start attacking your guy.
I didn't
That
tell
ain't
you.
got nothing to do with no Rock Nation. That's
I
me.
told you on the phone. This, I believe, is coming from Rock Nation. You
What?
said
What is coming from Rock Nation?
everything.
What is everything? I didn't know nothing about none of this shit.
I told you like 5 different things. I said,
No.
hey, they tried to bring me in a deposition. Hey,
You told me that. You did tell me the deposition shit.
I said they tried to like in a roundabout
You
way.
acted like
almost-
you didn't know George when I first brought George up to you. When I sent you the
No.
pictures that I sent
That's
you,
Grand Wizard.
No,
Like,
his name
like-
is George Wynn.
All right, well,
when I sent you those pictures of George, you said, "Who is this?"
Yeah,
And I said,
wasn't
"They
familiar
said
with
this is Grand Wizard Chad nigga. This is George Wynn who runs Academics TV." You was like, "Damn, I thought he was skinny."
It's not like we done hung out and went on vacation.
Now you're
No, that's my.
now
that's
you're
my man.
lying.
No, that's my man.
You
I went on
didn't
vacation.
act like that was your man when I first brought him up.
No, I said you showed me a picture. I said I didn't know that's how he looks at this moment.
No, you
I said-
said
I
you
said he's
said
fat?
I got the text. You said, "Who is
read
this?"
It. No, read it.
You said, "Who is this?"
And
Hold
then
on.
you said that's Grand Wizard. I said he's fat. That's all I said.
Hold on. Let me see if I can find it.
Charlotte, I ain't gonna lie. What I realized is that Rock Nation got to get a little bit better with the narratives because
I don't know.
even the divide and conquer shit.
I don't know. But that's my point. There is none. I don't feel like looking for them texts. That shit is really pointless. This isn't about Rock Nation. And I wish you would stop saying that because hold up, let's talk about us.
If I'm telling you
No.
that I know where it's coming
Okay,
from,
cool.
you're playing
Listen,
defense by saying
no,
it's not coming there.
If Rock Nation is coming at you,
Yeah.
I don't have nothing to do with that.
Okay, and that's when I ask you respectfully to step to the side
not
that
in-
we can
no,
focus
no.
on Desiree and Jay-Z.
Now I'm not gonna do that.
Because now
Listen,
when Granny
no,
hit me,
no.
I'll be like, of course take the gloves off with them too.
No.
Like, we don't want to get at Charlamagne.
No.
Charlamagne.
But
Get him out of here.
But why did the gloves come off for me to begin with?
Charlotte, because in the way of how you deliver the information, you want to frame it like it was a heads up. It was more of a, yo, the way to neutralize these guys is to get Ack away from
No,
them
that's what
by
you-
saying, oh,
That's what a guilty person would think.
nigga, you told me the dude is stealing from me. You have no proof of it.
I never said he was stealing from you. I saw you
Charlotte,
say that on the screen.
you
I'm like, when
said-
did I say he was stealing from
Charlie,
you?
you said he took $4 million from me. You literally told me this.
How would he take $4 million from you?
That's what I was saying, but that's when it was bullshit.
I had never said he took $4 million from you.
Charlotte, you said he got pressed. Oh, and you
And,
said Ack.
and he told
No,
investigators
yeah,
that he gets the marching orders from
yo,
Ack
and
Drake.
you said Ack. Yeah, I seen the finances. Yo, he's getting paid a lot more than you. Yo, I think he's.
By the way, I was wrong about that. Remember the shit I showed you earlier? The shit I showed you
Yeah.
that with all the shit that you get paid to do?
Yeah,
Yes, you make more than him.
it's music promotion.
Yeah.
No,
make
but, hold
money.
on, but we got to be clear because
Yeah.
like when we allude to it, so what you showed me, and you could put it on camera. Like I don't like it when you see this. This is another thing. This is why I brought this conversation public. I don't like it when people are acting like they got some privileged information. Number one, if I brought up your Breakfast Club or Netflix contract or whatever, and I start like putting it online or whatever, you might be like, damn, you kind of invade my privacy.
I'm
So,
gonna be
so here's my thing.
I get what
rather than you source it, just post it.
I get what you're saying.
To post it that
but
we could talk about it because the first person who said an actual thing to Jeremy, dude, I bodied him. We haven't heard from him since because he's lying.
I get what you're saying, but I never wanted any of this to be public. I called you, and I'm gonna go back to what I said earlier. If I'm working with Rock Nation,
You called me with the intent for me to step away from George. That basically
No.
I would deactivate him, and I'm like, that's my man's.
no, because I said George, I said Carson McCoy, Alex Chocho, whoever. I don't know Alex Ocho. I don't know any of these people.
Well, George.
I'm just telling you the information that I was told, and I told you. I said, and they said the crypto accounts were flagged.
You said how much do you trust George? I'm like,
Valid question.
You're acting like, number one, someone's doing something illegal. Number two, you're acting like this guy is doing something like maybe stealing that I need to watch out for.
I ain't say nothing about no stealing. What would he be stealing?
You literally said $4 million. And I knew that was cap already.
What would he be stealing?
That's why you kept saying the crypto stuff. It was like, yeah, like,
I got to go back and look at the information
Nah, Charlotte tried to get me to turn on Grand. That's what happened.
because I don't remember nothing about no.
you
$4 million.
literally said, you said something flag, and you were like, yo, there's
The
$4
crypto
million.
accounts are flagged.
You said $4 million, and you're like, if you're Academics and he's running Academics TV, and he's getting paid
Oh.
way more than you, he might be stealing from you.
What I ain't say nothing about stealing. No.
I
know. I told you that.
I know I misremembered because I went right back to it,
I told you
and I
that
confirmed
it said the crypto accounts were flagged and there was millions of
Who said
dollars
that?
moved over the last
Who
few
said
months. Whoever sent the information.
Who's whoever?
I don't know. Got to talk to Lauren. By the way, you didn't give me a chance. I want you.
This is crazy.
You just said, but you literally just said the same thing
That's your
happened with you.
kryptonite. Me saying who is like,
I can say the same.
I see why I got the out chain on.
Listen,
if I say who, you're like, oh my God.
I can say the same thing to you. You can't tell me who gave you certain information.
No, I'll tell you anything.
No, you won't. I asked you.
What?
I asked you over the past week. They said all of these different sources were coming, even though, by the way,
No.
some of that shit was hilarious. You literally said, I only know one.
No, because there's a third party that I don't know who that. But I will give.
Hold on. But that's
if you ask me,
but that's every media source.
No, if you ask me, I would literally show you. I'm not the type of.
I
want to give you. I want to give you. I won't give half-ass warning. If I'm gonna be like,
Yo, chat. I forgot that. Shaw didn't even tell me this on the phone. He sent me a text. I forgot. Nigga, I got it right here. Like, bro, look. Charlamagne the God, nigga, the fuck? Like, bro, you know Big Ack ain't lying about nothing. Look what he says. And George makes more. Wait, hold on. I said, yo, Grant, why you ain't tell me I sent this to you? Because you know I sent this to you. And George makes way more than you, by the way. Watch those dudes. I said, I had no clue what he's getting paid, how much they say. So I'm trying to say, so I'm asking, wait, how much you hear? He says, it doesn't say, hold on, I want to show you the whole thing. I don't give a fuck. It doesn't say, I'll just read it. I just asked, doesn't say. They just sent an exact number for you. For George, it says millions. And I said, what number they said for me? He said, it was, I don't give a fuck. It's like it's 400,000, right? And it's like, but he then says something. It was a combo, music, media, and some political stuff. But I ain't see no Truth Social stuff. Okay, it was like an attorney general, some Rumble stuff, some that they paid to Livingston Allen, and he said when I get back on Tuesday, I'll get it. I said I gotta see this because like yo, come on, like what the fuck are we talking about? Then I said, well, Grant said he got the 3 pictures because he sent me 3 pictures. I ain't gonna show the pictures. I said, Grant said he got the 3 pictures from Alex before. I said, this shit sound like some Epstein files, like somebody just got some files. He said, yo, you should hit Alex too. He said, I just spoke to him too because I had questions. So I don't know, like whatever they got going on there is like, yeah.
A half-ass warning.
That's a half-ass warning.
No, it's not. I gave you 3 names. Told you what they were alleged to have done. That's everything you need to know.
Okay, but when you're, that's not even what I was really even caring about.
But you're still missing my point, and I don't want you to miss my point. I don't want nobody to miss my point. I called you, gave you some private information.
I
Regardless,
don't think that was in good faith because the way I call you differently.
You call me the same exact way.
Nigga, I call you, I read the email, I sent you the email. Yo, this is who's trying to do it to you, bro. Look out.
No, you didn't. You called me and you said, hey, this is the person, boom. But you knew who the person was, so that's different. If I knew who the person was, I would tell you.
That time when I told you, I didn't know who the person was. When I said their name, you knew the person was. And then when you explained it,
I don't remember that.
I understood. I said, oh, I seen the relation there. Okay. But I said, you do what you got to do.
Yeah.
But that shit it has no place on my platforms. I got nothing to talk about with it. I gave you every info I could have.
And I gave you everything I had. And guess what, Ack? I could have got more if you didn't sick your dog on me. If you didn't sick your motherfucking
Sean,
Australian dog on me, I probably could have got you. No, it's not.
This is manipulation
No, it's
you're doing
not.
right here.
I'm not. And I want us. This is what I really want us to stop doing.
Because
No, listen.
In coordinates with the sit down, all right, if you really were, like, you would have still had the conversation with Desiree then and be like, hey, listen, you know, there's a lot of other people because I think you're getting caught in a crossfire when you're Desiree's Australia lapdog.
I would have told Desiree the same thing I tell everybody about.
So you would have still had that conversation. You still never did.
Listen, I would have told him the same thing. I would have told her the same thing I always tell everybody when it comes to you. I think you should sit down and have a conversation with Akademiks. Act ain't like that. The act y'all see online that gets drunk off the liquor and wild, and that's a lot of that is performative. Have a conversation with him. And let's see if we can squash some shit. Like, that's what and by the way, that's what I told you.
I want
you to
have the conversation and tell me what she says.
I mean, it's public. She gonna see it. But by the way,
you say you can make the call. Make the call. Like you've been
wilding.
I want you to hear.
You've been wilding. It's gonna be hard to make that call now. The last few weeks you've been wilding on them.
So now you're acknowledging there's an issue
from your end. Are you on drugs?
Oh,
Are you on fucking go?
Nah, of course, Alex was
on
gonna be
your end. You're the one. All of this is coming from you.
this is what they sent you to do is just gaslight.
Oh my God. Act, stop.
Charlamagne, I told you, I'm giving you exact instances,
Act,
and
yo,
you're
Act,
gaslighting.
Act, George got 6 lawsuits right now that he's named in. Are any of them from Rock Nation?
What are those lawsuits about?
This crypto shit and all of this shit that I've been reading.
It's about steak.
Okay. But are any of them
Okay,
from
okay.
Rock Nation?
Okay.
No,
Drake-
just answer the question. Are any of them from Rock Nation?
But they're funded.
You think that. You have no proof of that. If you got proof, I'll shut the fuck up. That's all you gotta do. Show me proof, and I will promise you, not only will I shut the fuck up, I'll be like, damn, that's what they do in that?
Okay, so when they fund a legal campaign to have me sit in deposition, they try to get Drake to sit in depositions, and they're
can't
asking,
compare the
hold on,
two.
no, yes, I can, because
You can't compare the two.
No, yes, because they tried any which way to get me in a depot. I told you, like you're just not hearing because you're running off whatever they've programmed you with, which is
So what you're saying to me is they used whatever the defamation situation with Megan
Yes.
was to bring
Yes,
you in here to
because-
ask you questions about this other shit.
Yes. They wanted to get subpoenas for me, Drake. They got one for Drake. They just couldn't find Drake to serve him. So they wanted to get me in a deposition. We got nothing to do with that Milagro defamation case. But they got a subpoena for me, Drake. I don't think they did one for Nicki. They got one for Aiden Ross. Aiden Ross didn't even know the girl getting sued. He still had to do a deposition.
yes.
Okay. That was the isolated incident.
every educated lawyer. Listen,
Yeah.
I consulted with the best lawyers about the whole situation because we were anticipating a few other steps being taken, and they said this is very typical of when someone is preparing something. You start with the smallest fish on the totem pole. That would be Milagro Cooper.
I just told you that earlier, and you said, where the fuck I get that from? I just said that they go after the...
No. So in civil court, this is how it goes. This is a fishing expedition. I'm gonna tell you. I want a court. Put it like this: you don't sue Jay-Z and then have to battle Jay-Z lawyers to ask a judge to subpoena Jay-Z to give you something. You know who you sue? The broke nigga. And you say Jay-Z's a part of this case. And you have them give a third-party subpoena without suing Jay-Z. You sue Jay-Z, you're going to battle his attorneys all day. You sue a nigga with money, you're battling his attorneys all day. So you sue the person that is broke, that they're not going to oppose shit because their lawyers barely could even defend them. You get a bunch of subpoenas and now you just got to serve them. Do you get what I'm saying? You happen to catch up with Ack, you serve one to Ack, they go play, they brought like some banjo or some band outside of Aiden Ross's house, finally served him. They were trying to catch up with Drake. None of us, Drake don't know the girl, Milagro, no disrespect Milagro, he don't know her or know her like that. Like, I don't disrespect her. Like, he never talked to her. Aiden don't know who she was. Aiden called me like, who the fuck is this person? But that was a method to get subpoenas, to get people in depositions, to ask them the thing with a deposition, you could ask anything. Anything.
The smallest
And the person's under oath.
fish first to go get the big.
It's only when the person either refuses to answer, that's when a judge comes in. So you have a blanket shot for 7 hours to ask somebody anything. That was the strategy. That's why I'm saying these lawsuits, they're funded.
Big one. I just told you that about
Hold on,
30,
hold on.
40 minutes ago.
Well, you're talking about criminally. What I'm saying is that they wouldn't criminally.
Even civilly.
Okay.
Yeah.
The point was, in a civil suit, you just need to get somebody under oath, right? Their way to get me under oath was to try to convince a judge, which they did. And then they convinced another judge, which is a Jersey judge, to say, hey, this guy has material evidence for this case that we have against this blogger for defamation. When I was in the deposition, I got the whole thing recorded. We got the transcript. The judge read the transcript. I'm telling you, the judge, his name is Judge Day. He was out there in Trenton. You will hear him on the record say, why are you having a deposition with Livingston Allen and the majority of your questions revolve around Aubrey Graham Nicki Minaj, and also around State. Are those people connected? This is on record, Charlamagne. Like,
Okay.
and if I'm saying this, like, and you just don't want to believe it, you can go look at it.
I'm not sitting here saying that it's not true. I'm just sitting here saying, what the fuck that got to do with me? I called you to give you a heads up about something. You sick your dog on me, and now you're using me to attack Rock Nation? That shit don't make no sense.
No, Charlamagne, you came in playing defense. All right,
Man, Bleak got a podcast. Go ahead, Bleak. That's a real Rock Nation.
Bleak don't got no voice.
Well,
Respectfully.
whatever.
By the way, and that's the problem with Rock Nation now.
And I'm not, by the way, anytime I speak on George, I am not speaking for Rock Nation. I'm speaking for me. Because George was coming at me. Have you ever heard me mention George Wynn prior to him shooting at me?
Okay, by the way, I just want to say this. I think Rock Nation knows at this point I think it's by chance. They feel that the majority of the narratives that kind of come up online are either influenced or, put out by platforms associated with me. And I think they feel helpless. They got
stop.
There's a lot of Rock Nation adjacent people. They can't get one narrative to be in the favor.
But who? I'm gonna be honest with you. Y'all care too much about the court of public opinion. And I've told you this before. I remember having this conversation with you.
They sued a chick for defamation and spent $2 million and got $75,000. Who cares more than that?
If you're defaming me,
Charlotte, so you'll spend $2 million to get $75,000.
I don't think it's about the money in a situation like that.
No, but you say
It's
we
not-
care
it's
too
not-
much about.
It's not about the money.
So I'm defeating your point. You say we care too much about the court of public opinion.
Yes, you do.
But if I'm making the same argument that the people I'm talking about care as much too,
Can I finish my
spend
point?
hundreds of thousands in PI,
Yes.
millions of dollars in lawsuits,
Can I finish
and
my point?
they're getting a fractional piece back. Who cares more than that?
Let me finish my point. Court of public opinion. I'm gonna use your boy as an example. Court of public opinion kicked your boy in the ass for 2 years. You go on social media and
Who's my boy?
Drake, you go on social media for 2 years. If you're an idiot, you're looking at all of this shit and you're like, damn, yo, don't nobody like Drake no more. Damn, don't nobody fuck with Drake no more. Damn, man, it really might be over for Drake. That's stupid. Every time he put out a song, it charts. Then he finally comes out with an official album, a real album, Iceman, and it's #1 for however many weeks. That's because that shit online really does not matter. It's just noise
Charlotte,
at the end of the day.
If you want to sit here and believe that Drake having this moment with Iceman was just, nothing matters since then, look at the back of this chain. This is exactly, if you think he doesn't even think that.
Because
he was in a fight for his life.
Do you know what?
Perception matters, especially for artists.
Do you know what Charlamagne said over and over after the battle? The person that made this worse was Drake. Not the battle itself. It's the way he handled everything after the fact. All he do is keep putting out music. That's
Charlotte,
it. He's Drake.
Charlotte, he did, and everybody moved the goalposts. Yo, he need to take a break.
How?
Charlotte, I heard you say it. Yo, he need to take a break.
I did think he needed to take a break musically.
Charlotte,
Take a break, but I was saying that before the battle.
The reality
he should take a break.
is that the atmosphere of hatred had to be addressed, and I think it did.
Does the hate impact you?
I'm media, so hate or love, I'm gonna win.
You lost a lot of weight. Did you lose weight because people were calling you a fat fuck on social media?
No, I'm gonna help you now. So,
But no, okay then. So that's my point.
Yeah.
When people are online with all of this criticism,
Charlotte.
you can either let it impact you or not.
Charlotte,
If it don't fuck with your bottom
you're trying
line,
to
who cares?
When Meek says 100% do believe the narrative that when me and him weren't going to, Meek at one point thought I was just some. He said, yo, you just a nigga. I remember this verbatim. He says on Clubhouse. He said, nigga, you only got 5 million. He said, I got bitches with more followers on Instagram. From that moment, I said, I'm going to show you what happens when you go against the biggest media personality.
Meek is a great example.
And if you ask Meek, nothing in his favor happened from then. And if you don't think the narrative mattered, well, let's see what happens with Jay-Z.
Meek is a great example, and let me tell you why. I made a comment a couple of months ago, and we were on Brilliant Idiots, and I said I feel like Meek hasn't been the same after the battle. Those comments were inaccurate. And the reason I said what I said was because of what you're talking about right now. Public perception, perspective. Online, it was like Meek Mill that became a joke. Every time, even now to this day, when Meek tweets some crazy
But
shit,
that matters,
they fuck with him about Twitter fingers. But did it? Because right after the battle, he had #1 albums. Right after the battle, he was still going up on the charts. He still was getting gold and platinum plaques. I think what happens over time is sometimes people just might be off you musically. That's why being relevant musically for a long period of time should be applauded. And I'm not even gonna talk about Jay, because Jay been around for 30 years. Forget Jay. Let's talk about, I'm gonna give Drake his props. The Drakes, the Futures, the Kendrick Lamars, the J. Coles, these guys that have been around 10, 15 years still can move the needle when they drop music. They should be applauded, because it's hard to keep people in tune with your music for that long. And I think that's the only issue Meek might be having right now.
I disagree with you. A rapper lives like, I'm gonna give you two rappers currently.
Okay.
Young Thug and Gunna.
Okay. Gunna's putting out great music.
It's more than music.
Hey, Gunna's the best example.
No.
According to the internet and the streets, Gunna should be done. Gunna should be finished.
Who's more liked right now?
Gunna.
That's what I'm trying to say.
This is perspective.
Public perception, when someone's perceived better, perceived cooler, perceived like in a positive light.
I'm looking at who's bringing in the money. Who's selling the records? Whose shows are sold out all across the country? Whose records are getting played on the radio all the time? That's Gunna.
I've always argued this point. If Drake had dropped Iceman 6 months after, niggas would have said it was trash. Because
they said it was trash 2 years later. What are you talking about?
Who said Iceman was trash?
Mad people.
No, it's
we got two
only
different
in the Rock
algorithms.
Nation office.
No, we got two totally different algorithms.
Must be.
By the way,
that shit classic.
No, they're not. They're not. You and your squad are saying it's classic.
Wait, well,
you thought honestly Nevermind was classic.
No, I didn't say that.
Yes, you did.
No, I didn't say that.
You love.
No, I didn't say that.
I've never heard you say one bad thing about Drake.
That's what Dame said to you.
You got a crush on
could
that
you
man.
apologize?
You either got a crush on that man, or you're getting paid.
Yo, Dame, I want to tell you, for all the times you've sat across this man and he had a paper plane.
He bought up Dame.
Yo, he had a paper plane on his chest, or he had it on his hat. I just want to tell you, Dame, I'm here to make sure you know you were vindicated, you were not crazy, and he was always right.
But you don't believe I'm getting paid by Rock Nation.
No, okay. Do you believe I'm getting paid by Drake?
No.
Okay. But if a topic came up, and this is what I say about all media personalities. If Jay's your man, of course you're supposed to have, like, if a topic comes up, you probably have more nuance that could give more thought to maybe what his side is.
I have reverence for him musically, and I have reverence for him as a man. We've watched the evolution of a man. Yeah.
All right. So that's what I think there. Now, I do think that.
But I also can be biased.
No, you have mutual yeah, I know. But now you have mutual business interests with him. And I think you've been going that realm for a while. And that's why you're playing
I don't have any mutual business interests with him. We had a bid that we were trying to get for a casino in Times Square. That bid is gone. That got turned down.
So currently, there's nothing that you and Jay, business-wise, are aligned with.
Nothing at all.
So
nothing.
So if I pop up with something on stream in a few days,
please let me know. Show me. Nothing.
Remember this.
I would tell you. Why would me as a
he didn't tell us the last time.
48-year-old black mogul distance myself from one of the greatest moguls that we've ever seen?
Nobody said
I would love to be doing more business with Jay-Z.
No, I'm not shaming that aspect. I'm addressing the aspect of, okay, like, put like this. There are certain other media personalities I could tell, they grew up on Jay. Jay's their guy. There's nothing wrong with it. There's going to be some baked in bias. We're all human, right? I grew up on Drake. I listened to every word this man has said. Like, that's my GOAT, right? Cool. So if you ask me Drake or Jay, I'm going to go in Drake's direction, right? I think that's normal. We're all human. I think it's when we get to the point of, because I don't think it's necessarily people getting paid, but is your business now being supported and incentivized by their business? So now you got to go run interference.
My business isn't doing that. Like, you want to know the closest other business relationship we've had?
Like, did you hear what Flex said? And I know you don't get along, but he had said, like, he said Rock Nation had offered him like some $2 million thing, and it was just like, that's where I think influence is now. Hey, I'm not gonna pay you, but I'm gonna get in business with you. That when I'm in business with you, you're gonna be on your platform just wildly defending me.
You do realize that once again, when it came to that bid to bring a casino to Times Square, it's 4 different entities. Like there's been other things that I've been offered. Like I'll give you an example, a sports team. When you get offered to be a part of a sports team, right, to invest, you're going to come in under somebody's group. They're not going to bring in Leonard McKelvey from Mounts Corner, Cedar Galwart, whatever it is. They're going to bring me in under somebody's group. That's what that was. Yeah. Like, so what's the problem?
And because you're affiliated with Rock Nation, you came under there.
I know. It's because
I felt it was just being hypocritical. See, now you're apparently the whistleblower for gambling. When you yourself,
I was not whistleblowing on no gambling.
And let me ask you a question.
No, I'm not gonna let you get that off. I was not whistleblowing on gambling. I was whistleblowing on the alleged illegal things your boy George Wynn was doing, and the only reason I was
you
doing
kept saying state though. So
I'm reading the article.
No, I'm asking you. So you do so just like how you were.
And by the way, but to your point,
can I ask you a question? All right, so if they're bringing a state casino to Times Square, would that be good?
I have no idea. To your point, because it's not about the casino, and you know that. It's not about the casino.
Would you have the same opinion?
It's not about...
If Steak was coming into... You said Times Square needs this.
It's not about Steak. It's not about casinos. It's not about gambling. It's about the illegal activities that your boy is being accused of. And by the way, I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. You know why I'm bringing that up? The same reason you bring up shit on people when you got a problem with them. If somebody's shooting at you, I got some ammo to shoot back. So when I call you, which I keep straight,
but you called me before it happened.
When I call you, Akademiks,
you called me before it happened.
To say, yo, X, Y, and Z is happening, blah, 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 this is what it is. You call your man to tell him, and then you decided to sick the dog on me for whatever reason. Oh, no,
I said, listen,
guess what?
You could do whatever that you feel is within your right to respond to people doxing you when they're posting your house.
I don't want to hear that shit. That motherfucker doxes all types of people.
Okay, well,
that's another part when y'all say you don't play victim. That's playing victim.
No, hold on. But here's the thing.
Nobody gonna feel sorry for George winning Akademiks TV.
No. But
I saw this motherfucker just called Scissor retarded 2 days ago.
No, the sympathy that he's asking for, he's gonna post all type of wild shit. So again,
so he can't be mad when motherfuckers is plotting on him, and he should be lucky that all he's getting thrown at him is paper.
And now, right? And now, since he knows, all right, bet. So Charlotte could post me at the crib. Well, now I can post anything about Charlotte. And he's looking at me like, I know he's your man, but if you're my man too, you can't tell me. You can't tell me not to.
That's not right, because you know I didn't do that first.
What?
You know how this played out. I called you, gave you a heads up. You told George. George went on the attack against me. I went on the attack against George. Now George is shook, because George's like, oh my God, don't nobody ever shoot back at me. Now he texting my people's like, man, Ak told me to do that.
Snaked him.
Ak told me to do that.
Ali just snaked him. I told him, I said, listen, how are you texting Alex? Like, I had to tell him, like,
I thought you said that.
I definitely said that.
Let me finish this. Ak told me to do that. Yo, man, could you please tell Charlamagne not to post my picture and not dox me, because he's saying my name with crypto, and I don't want people to run up in my house. Oh, that's the Achilles heel. Oh, that's what it is? Oh, so now let me find out more. So he fucked up by mentioning that.
But that's people running up in his house.
I don't care.
To do crime. Okay, all right. So as long as we put in the right context.
Because he talks crazy.
Okay, and hold on. And by the way, I'm glad that you said that, because also,
if he didn't say nothing about me, I wouldn't say shit about him.
I had that convo with him. I said, listen, yo, I'm beefing with rappers who's up a couple $100 million. I asked her, my house like Alcatraz. I couldn't even have kids at my house. Like, I prepare like niggas is running in every night.
And you should.
And I should. So I also,
I think that shit is nasty. I'm gonna tell you something.
I did tell him. So I told him, I say, listen, you should move. You got to move accordingly now.
But I think that shit is nasty. The shit I've been getting, like the same way you say people hit you up and they giving you shit about me, it's the same way about you. And I know a lot of that shit is bullshit. But guess what? Nobody cares about the truth and the lies more entertaining.
Of course.
But why would I ever run with that? I would rather do this. And the only reason I'm doing this on camera is because I don't want either one of us to get on our platforms and manipulate the conversation.
We gotta keep it public, because I'm telling you, because
you lie. You're very entertaining when you get on that to kill.
No.
I see it. I be watching like I did not say that shit for you, Ak.
What I lie about? You can't name.
You said Desiree got me a therapist.
No, I said that's what I heard.
From who?
That just like how you ain't gonna tell me certain sources.
I would tell that name, but Desiree looking for that person. And I know for a fact Desiree looking for that person, so I won't say that name.
I can't tell.
I don't know my sources.
Because
And yes, it's in court documents Desiree looking for her. So I would normally tell Charlamagne, but I'm not telling that's Charlamagne's homegirl right there. Like, nah. As far as Desiree know, that nigga might be dead. Or maybe moved to a different country or planet.
the person who's going to tell me that is going to have Desiree investigating them. I'm good.
Well,
They on Desiree's
you
ass.
said that. You said that the everyday struggle thing when I told you to walk out, that's a little.
No, you did. You did.
Okay.
You, again, I think.
And you said that I told you I'd never had any affiliation with Rock Nation. That makes no sense when you literally said on your screen yourself, apparently Charlamagne has an affiliation with Rock Nation.
No.
Desiree got him a therapist or something. He said he's going to get me a meeting with Rock Nation.
No. You said business-wise, you basically have no care for whatever
Why
they got
would we be
going on.
talking about business? That makes no sense.
Because if I knew you and them have mutual business interests, I'm not telling you certain shit. I'm not calling you to talk nothing about them.
But why would we be on the phone?
I play this.
Why,
If you're plotting against Drake, it probably ain't smart to call me to tell me the game plan. You don't think so?
So
If you're plotting against Drake and you're like, yo, all right, I want to discuss how I'm going to get Drake, don't call me.
So let's go back to my original point, Ak. If I'm allegedly working for Rock Nation and Rock Nation is after you, and I know that, me calling you to give you a heads up is snaking them. How does that make sense?
And I told you why your call was intended. It's not snaking them because the intent was, I'm going to be honest with you, I think Akademiks TV, Grant, and a few other pages been giving Rock Nation belt to ass. If we were talking about approval rating, people look at Jay-Z like a slimy scum on average.
So why wouldn't they just sue them pages?
Well,
why wouldn't they just go after them pages?
Well, we going to sue somebody for their opinion?
You just said that they sued some. What you say the girl name was?
Yeah.
And you said that they were going after other pages. So why wouldn't they just go after them?
They're trying. That's why in a deposition.
Show me.
Charlotte,
Okay.
Go to. I'm going to send you the video file. So I don't want no more. You're like, nah, I never seen it.
You keep talking to me about one deposition. I'm talking about right now.
Because
moment.
to get somebody like if you watch that case where they sued Milagro, suing somebody for defamation is really hard. Literally, they had to find one obscure thing she said. Her saying every day, Meg the Stallion is a liar. I said in a deposition, that's an opinion. If I said Meg is ugly, if I said Meg music sucks, you can't sue me for that. If I said Desiree Perez to me is a snake, which I do think that, she can't sue me for that. What are we going to go to court for? I'm not saying nothing that's factually incorrect, that's meant out of malice to put her brand or defame her. So I don't think if she had it,
I could be completely wrong.
If she had it, she would have been sued.
I could be completely wrong. You sound.
And here's the thing too. Desiree ain't suing people because the same way how you could put me in front of a deposition, I could put you in a deposition. That's the thing. I don't know if you guys know that. If Desiree sues, she can't duck the deposition too, because part of a civil suit is you depose the one party and you get deposed. Listen to this shit though.
Manic.
Listen.
If she had it, she would have been sued.
I could be completely wrong. You sound manic. You sound paranoid. I'm not even joking. Like, you sound manic and paranoid, bro.
Yo,
like,
no.
If I'm wrong, I promise you, I'll be the first person saying I'm wrong.
Charlotte, listen. The reason why you're so wrong about that is
I
because...
might be.
No, you're wrong. You're wrong about that because
you are very convicted about this Rock Nation is after me thing.
So you think Rock Nation's... I'm not the only person saying it. Okay, fine. I'm manic. Okay, cool.
If so, I don't know nothing about it.
I'm manic. But if I am, Bobby Shmurda is too.
No, it's different. Bobby Shmurda had a business dealing that he didn't like. It went wrong. Yours is completely different. You're telling me Bobby ain't on Instagram like, yo, they trying to take me out. They trying to destroy me. They want me gone. I saw you post,
Bobby,
I'm bringing mad security to sit down with Charlamagne because Des might have me killed.
No. Bobby Shmurda.
Acknowledge that. Acknowledge that. Nobody's online saying Rock Nation wants them dead except for you.
I don't think you're tapped in.
I must not be.
Bobby Shmurda blames Rock Nation for putting him in jail. You don't see that? You don't see that?
Let me ask you a question. All right.
No, hold on. All right, no. You're saying nobody's saying it.
I didn't see that.
Okay, but he's literally saying it. He said the lawyer that was hired, Alex Spear. Do you know that guy?
That's Rock Nation lawyer, I think, or Jay's lawyer.
Okay.
Yeah.
He says Rock Nation gave me that lawyer, which basically convinced me and forced me to take extra years in prison.
Bobby Shmurda was under investigation. Did you hear hot nigga?
Charlamagne.
No. Did you hear hot nigga?
Yeah, but you moved the goalpost.
No, I didn't. How many confessions were in hot nigga that they used against him in court?
Everybody knows the public story with Bobby Shmurda. He supposedly turned down a four-year agreement and took 7, and then.
But I thought he did that because he wanted the same time as his man or some shit like that.
And apparently, what he's now found out, according to what he's saying, is that wasn't necessary, and that lawyer snaked him. That's what I'm telling you. Yo,
I don't know anything about that. But
but if you know nothing about it, how are you defending it like this?
Because I can only speak from my perspective. Same way I do when it comes to somebody like you.
But everybody's speaking.
There's people that say,
how would I speak from my perspective? I'm manic. How would Dame speak from his perspective? He's manic. How would Nicki speak from her perspective? She's manic. Okay, do you think Drake is manic?
I haven't heard Drake say nothing.
Okay, so all right, so now you're backtracking.
I'm gonna be honest with you. You just named 3 people who sound manic as fuck.
Who?
Nicki, Dame, and you.
I sound manic with that.
You starting to sound a little manic. I didn't see it in person. I see it online. So online, Charlotte, I'm like, yo, he performing. Seeing it in person is crazy. Like, and by the way, and you can ask Alex. I said to Alex, I just want to talk to Alex, see if he really believes some of this shit.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I think this is why we're in this new media landscape. Because this gaslighting, just watch the comments. Everybody's literally, watch the comments. I'm looking down the comments right now. They're all gonna say, yo, does Charlamagne actually think that is working? We don't care if Alex Media over there is like, cosign.
What you're doing right now is
everything you're saying is the majority of the conversation online right now. So everybody is manic then.
Sure, but here's the thing. They're only saying that because you're saying it. You're the leader of them motherfuckers.
So you're saying they don't have independent thought?
No, they don't.
The problem is
some of them, don't get me wrong.
Yo,
some of them do, but majority of them don't.
Jay-Z and Roc Nation used to be able to affect media. I just heard that dick riding like Rosendweeb, whatever. He was just like, yo, Jay, was it him or E-Bum? Like, it was like, oh, yo, this nigga called me about his hair or whatever. Like, there was a way to affect media to get favorable responses. It used to work for Jay, whether it's a call, whether it's whatever.
I don't get none of them calls.
Well, what I'm saying that now, I don't think Jay-Z really has any control over any of the places that narratives actually do start and develop from.
But I also think, and this is just me, and I'm only basing this off me, I don't give a fuck. I'm not.
But he does. That's why he's in office.
And by the way, I might be crazy.
Every time you make a point, Charlamagne say don't give a fuck, bro. Let me see if there's Red Bull in there.
Like it. When I watched this week, when I watched all of these people coming with this one narrative against me for whatever reason, I was like, oh, that's lit.
Do you think Jay-Z liked it last year?
I do.
Even though he said in the interview, he said that pissed him off. He started his GQ interview by saying that.
He said one particular thing, and that would piss any of us off. It pissed your boy off so much that he sued people. That would piss anybody off, back. You don't like when people reference you like that. That would piss any of us off.
But we're talking overall with him responding.
No, he said one thing in particular.
So you're saying the rest of it didn't piss him off then?
I don't think so. I'm only going off what I saw in that interview. I'm going off the same thing that you saw.
Okay, good. So you're in agreement that whatever Grant or whoever is either doing or saying about Jay and Roc Nation online, he should have no problem with.
I don't think he does. And I don't know that to be true.
All right, cool then. I
don't know that to be true.
So that's
but it depends what we're talking about as well. Like if you posting a man's kids or, saying a man's a pedophile, a rapist, all that shit is going, come on, that shit should piss some people, piss you off a little bit.
What about, because I did see this on the page this week, if they mentioned that he was included in the Epstein files. What about that?
With no context and the way Akademiks TV does it?
But that article, as you mentioned, that is talking about a bunch of civil suits, lack the context of actually saying, does this even make sense?
If you read the actual article, it makes perfect sense.
No,
and it's not accusing anybody of anything. It's just laying things out for you.
Nobody used steak to bot music streams. That's a lie. That doesn't happen. I'm telling everybody in the world, doesn't happen. That's a lie. So the context of acting like that's happening.
Steak is a huge company.
Nobody used steak to bot music.
You don't know that.
I'm telling you, I know.
The same way
the
same way I can sit here and say. I can't sit here and say, I don't know if Roc Nation's coming.
All right.
I say, I don't think so.
All right, so why don't you say the same thing about whatever they...
He just said that Roc Nation wasn't coming at me. He said it in the whole interview.
said about Jay-Z in them files. Like, I don't know.
Because with that, I can actually read and see that it's a freaking hotline number that somebody randomly called in.
Okay.
And the story don't make no fucking sense whatsoever.
So possibly, who knows? Do you think that should be
And
investigated?
you also do know when, like,
Do you think that should be
you
investigated?
could be in the Epstein files just by somebody saying, yeah, we emailed Akademiks
Okay.
because we want him to promote our
But you
music.
just said you don't know. Stakes a big company. I agree with you. Now, how long have you known Jay-Z? What was he doing back then? He used to be kicking it with Harvey Weinstein, didn't he?
Because they had a fucking movie production company together.
And there's other
Harvey
people that
Weinstein produced Paid in Full.
and there's other people that used to be kicking it with Jeffrey Epstein just because he used to give them consultancy.
You
for,
think all
for
of those? You think
finan-
you think everybody knows what everybody is into?
Okay, all right. So that's what I'm saying. So you believe Jay didn't know about Harvey Weinstein? Right?
You said Jay what?
Jay wouldn't know. Jay.
Wait, hold on. Chat, hold on. Give me 1 second. Am I tripping? They're telling me that the video on Charlamagne's page is longer than mine. Bro, I ain't doing no fucking editing or nothing, nigga. The fuck?
All the media.
Nigga, Alex Media sent it to me. Hold on, I gotta check my other computer. Cause it took me all night to upload this shit. I was trying to drop it last night at 9. Yeah, his video is, so the one on Charlamagne page is 3 hours and 13 minutes. And the one on my page is smaller? And the one on my page is 2 hours and 42. What the fuck? Hold on. Let me go. I'm almost. He sent me the link via Dropbox, so I'm gonna go check to see if it was an upload error with YouTube. Does mine cut off or some shit? Is mine cut off?
The ones that said they put the investigation.
Get an update on. Hey, I did talk to them. They told me this.
Wait, hold on. Give me 1 second, John. I'm gonna keep playing. it though. But I ain't know. There's a difference in video lengths. I'm gonna keep playing it though.
He was just doing some movie shit with.
I don't think he would know that. Why would he know that?
Okay, so what about?
Think
Trump?
about all-
Okay, what about Trump with Epstein? Now, what do you think about that?
I have no idea. I don't know these
So
individuals.
you see, you've changed your tone. At first, you were saying let's burn it. You said we need the Epstein list. Whoever's on it, it just needs to be burnt down. Now you're seeing a lot of nuance.
No. And this is that extreme way of thinking that social media does, where they don't use no nuance. What are they on the Epstein list for? What is being said about them in the Epstein list? If somebody says, hey, I emailed this person because I wanted them to perform at a concert, and that's what put them in the Epstein list, as opposed to this motherfucker was eating the nipples of 14-year-old girls, that's a totally different conversation.
What did you think about when his?
Can you acknowledge what I just said? Is that not different?
Yes, I do agree.
Okay.
But what I'm saying is that you seem to take a definitive stance when Jay-Z's name is involved, and in other situations that is convenient for you to keep it hazy, you're like, I just don't know.
No, I read the Epstein files just like you did, and I know that he's not in there the way fucking them motherfuckers in Europe is in there that are actually being accused of.
Yeah, that's kind of odd. No, it's not Alex's fault. The version I have on the upload computer is 3 hours and 13 minutes, which that matches Charlotte's version. All right, I'm gonna upload the last 30 minutes of it. I don't know why. Yo, the YouTube said it was ready. Nigga, this shit took all night. I've never uploaded. They sent me 190 gigabytes. I've never had a video this big. But he claims he uploaded, he recorded this shit in.
With everything.
Hold on. He claims he recorded this shit in 6K. I don't know if we can see like quality on this shit, but he said this shit was 6K. It took me all night. Nigga, I tried to stream last night. So, all right, I'm going to have to upload, unless I could replace his video file. But we're going to switch to Charlamagne's version then. And by the way, I still got to cross-check his version with our version too. I haven't even talked to my team about it. I just like, it took me so long to put up. And Charlotte was saying, because I postponed the time from last night, I said, bro, this shit not even done uploading yet. So we were supposed to drop at 9, and I was like, yo, let's drop at noon. And he was like, bro, you sure? Like, for real, for real? So I haven't even gotten a chance to cross-check it, but whatever the longer version is, that's got to be the version. I didn't know that my version is shorter. What the fuck? But I can't blame Alex because the version that I got downloaded is I downloaded from the Dropbox he sent me is what the fuck? What the fuck is going on? The version I got downloaded is a full version.
All the media niggas I don't.
Okay. Fuck. Do y'all know if I could replace this video? Maybe I could replace this video.
I'm telling everybody in the world doesn't happen. That's a lie. So the context of acting like that's happening.
Steak is a huge company.
Nobody use steak to bot music.
You don't know that.
I'm telling you, I know.
The same way
I work with.
Listen, the same way I can sit here and say, I can't sit here and say, I don't know if Rock Nation's coming.
All right,
I say, I don't think so.
All right, so why don't you say the same thing about whatever they said about Jay-Z in them files? Like, I don't know.
Because with that, I can actually read and see that it's a freaking hotline number that somebody randomly called in.
Okay.
And the story don't make no fucking sense whatsoever.
So possibly, who knows? Do you think that should be investigated?
And you also.
All right, so 220. Let's just switch to his version. Let's see the guy 220. So it's 220.
Me about Kanye.
Okay, so let's go to 220. Damn, I'm gonna have to upload it again. Yo, this shit is so big, bro. Pause. Look, quality. Oh, why did nigga tell me 6K? It's just at 4K. All right, anyway, cool. I'm gonna upload the rest of it though.
Possibly, who knows? Do you think that should be investigated?
And you also do know when. Like,
do you think that should be investigated?
You could be in the Epstein files just by somebody saying, yeah, we emailed Akademiks because we want him to promote our music.
You just said you don't know. Steak's a big company. I agree with you. Now, how long have you known Jay-Z? What was he doing back then? He used to be kicking it with Harvey Weinstein, didn't he?
Because they had a fucking movie production company together.
And there's other
Harvey
people
Weinstein produced Paid in Full.
And there's other people that used to be kicking it with Jeffrey Epstein just because he used to give them consultancy.
You think everybody knows what everybody is into?
Okay, all right, so that's what I'm saying. So you believe Jay didn't know about Harvey Weinstein? Right?
You said Jay what?
Jay wouldn't know. Jay was just doing some movie shit with Weinstein.
I don't think he would know that. Why would he know that?
Okay, so what about Trump? What about Trump with Epstein now? What do you think about that?
I have no idea. I don't know these individuals.
So you see you've changed your tone. At first you were saying, let's burn it. You said, we need the Epstein list. Whoever is on it, it just needs to be burnt down. Now you're seeing a lot of nuance.
No. And this is that extreme way of thinking that social media does where they don't use no nuance. What are they on the Epstein list for? What is being said about them in the Epstein list? If somebody says, hey, I emailed this person because I wanted them to perform at a concert, and that's what put them in the Epstein list, as opposed to this motherfucker was eating the nipples of 14-year-old girls, that's a totally different conversation.
What did you think about when his
Can you acknowledge what I just said? Is that not different?
Yes, I do agree.
Okay.
But what I'm saying is that you seem to take a definitive stance when Jay-Z's name is involved, and in other situations that is convenient for you to keep it hazy, you're like, I just don't know.
No, I read the Epstein files just like you did, and I know that he's not in there the way fucking them motherfuckers in Europe is in there that are actually being accused of.
No, he's accused of some shit in there.
Oh, I didn't see that part.
Well, yeah, it came from a random tip hotline, but he is accused.
A random tip
accusations,
hotline.
accusation.
A random tip hotline.
So, which means we don't know if it's true.
I know that wasn't true. And by the way, I can't say that without a shadow of a doubt, but reading the story, it sounds like some complete bullshit. My personal opinion.
Okay, all right, that's fair.
My personal opinion.
That's fair. What did you think when he publicly denounced having a friendship with Diddy, even after years of them being at brunches, calling each other their brothers, hugging? When he got under fire, I thought he did a snake move. He said he put out a statement to his lawyer and said they were never that cool.
I don't care, bro. Like this is supposed to be about us.
No,
like
but
why? Like this is what I mean. Why
I feel
are we
like
constantly...
I'm sitting versus three chairs.
mentioned...
Master Ray right here and Jay right here.
That's sad. You shouldn't feel like that. Like you should pour out that shit that you came in here in that bottle with. You shouldn't feel like that. Like that shit is crazy to me. Yo, Charlamagne, you're academic.
Yo, Charlotte, let me tell you.
You got real ops that you should be concerned about.
Yo, Charlotte.
Not them individuals. And by the way,
those ones.
And if I'm wrong,
I'm very happy with them because I could actually do a countermeasure because I could see them.
If I'm wrong,
the worst enemy is the one that you don't see.
If I'm wrong,
who appears and sometimes maybe even friends.
You say you see them. You just told me Dad is sitting right here, Jay sitting right here.
Yeah,
That's what
they're
see.
you.
Yes, he's on those guys. He knows that you're
Are you
invisible.
paying for them paper
He
plane?
knows that you're invisible.
Hold on. Are you paying for these paper planes?
Yes, I do. Like I the same.
Or every year or every month they drop off like.
No, I don't get that. I used to like they'll send some stuff every now and then, but they haven't in a while. Like you want to know
That's because the narrative not working.
You want to know my relationship with Rock Nation? My relationship with Rock Nation is there's people over there.
If Drake made me pay for an Owl sweatshirt, like I'm crashing out.
Why? I went to the pop-up store. I like supporting my people.
Crashing out.
I went to the pop-up store and I bought.
It's OVO Act now. Like, pull at this. It's OVO Act. Yo, y'all finna see me on tour. Y'all gonna see me everywhere. Me and Chubb's gonna be doing the extra screening. Y'all know that be happening, right? Extra screening of the baddies. You feel me? Trust me, it's OVO Act now. Yo, chat, we came from a long way. Remember when I couldn't get some tickets? Now, yo, me and Chubbs were screening the baddies. Straight up. You feel me? I can't wait till tour. I can't wait. I can't wait.
Bought mad shit. If you had when you was having them Scorpion t-shirts, I bought one. One of them Academy t-shirts, you probably didn't even know that. I went to your fucking website and bought an Academy t-shirt. And then you started talking too crazy, so I couldn't wear. All right. You started talking. Yo, by the way, can we talk about that for a second? I want people to know this.
Okay.
Me and Ak have an actual relationship. That's why I be sitting back looking at the TV sometime or the YouTube, and I'm like, what the fuck is Ak even talking about? Right now? How many times have I? There was a time I called you.
This is the first time I've ever given you harsh criticism.
That's not true. But I don't mind criticism. Criticism is fine.
No.
An attack is different. Criticism is fine.
Well, I'm still gonna think it's criticism.
Criticism is perfectly okay.
Whatever you call this, this is the first time
you've attacked.
Okay, you could call it that, but you launched an attack first too.
No, I didn't. How?
Like I looked at it.
I bombed Australia.
Nah, no, you didn't.
I didn't bomb Jersey. I ain't go to Jamaica. I bombed Australia. I went to Australia because that was the person with the smoke. That was the person who. And I know you now. I know this guy. It's not just some Akademiks TV. So I can't just.
All right, let me put you on the phone. Again, it's clearly.
I don't see what the point of that would be.
I'm gonna tell you why the point is.
I think he should see this right now and say, I'm gonna leave him alone. He'll leave me alone. And it's really that simple.
Is it a mutual thing like that? Because I
don't have no problem with him. The only reason I started calling out George Wynn is because he started going in on me.
So why not just have the conversation real quick?
It's hard for me to have conversations with people who move like that. I don't have a reason to have a conversation with him. Me and you have a relationship. Me and you have years of cachet with each other.
So we could do a ceasefire. We got to talk about shit like politics. Ceasefire.
I'm not bombing. I'm only bombing because he's bombing. Okay, every time he bomb, I'm going to bomb back with some shit, especially when articles are coming out and there's ammo. Okay. Yes.
So if we get a ceasefire, we could squarely identify, we could put the target, which is
that
the
rock. Throw it up.
No.
Throw it up. Do it the fuck up. If you throw it up, it's okay.
I'll throw the rock too.
It's okay. But
we heard Tory Lanez father said.
So check it out.
At some point.
So check it out. I have no problem with George. The only reason I'm coming at George is because he's coming at me. What if I can make that happen with you in Rock Nation?
Yeah, I want open discourse. I don't want. I'm always down to talk shit out. I'm always down to figure out a mutual ground.
If I was able to set up a meeting where it's me, you, and a higher up there, it's not going to be public, of course.
It got to be Desiree. I can't talk to like some other page show. They're gonna just have in the room recording. Be like, yo,
I don't know. I'm not gonna sit here and say I can make anything.
Yeah, I wouldn't talk to nobody at Rock Nation. I don't know who Emery is. I don't know what none of these niggas do. I don't even know them. If it's not Jay-Z and if it's not Desiree, listen, man, let's get up when we get up with each other, man. I'm not trying to talk to no other nigga, man. Like, yo, I only talk to bosses, not second in command, straight up.
Like that happen, I'm gonna say if I try, because there's really no reason to have these issues. I really believe that you don't need this kind of smoke in your life.
I don't think they do.
You think motherfuckers want people outside of their house? If you're telling me this is what Rock Nation is doing, why would you want that? Why would you want to go to war with a multi-billion-dollar corporation?
Yeah, but not because.
Why would they want to go to war with me? I got niggas cutting their hair, man. The fuck? Why niggas want to go to? You don't go to war with me?
They could be $1 trillion corporation. They're not going to silence the voice.
And you like Jay.
I do like J
You
Music.
from Jersey.
I do like J
I don't give a
Music.
fuck how much you act like, and I
No,
think Drake
I
make
do
good
like
music too.
J Music.
I fuck with Rod Wave and all of them too. I fuck with Future too. I fuck with some of Young Boy shit too. But don't act like you don't like Jay. Bro.
No, I do like his music. I think Reasonable Doubt's one of the best albums of all time.
So why? Me and you could be at Yankee Stadium this weekend.
No, I'm not.
In the suite.
Crazy as
We could
fuck.
be. You went to Kendrick show?
Yo, I went to Kendrick show.
That was wild. Why would you do that? Why would you do that?
Because at that point in a battle, obviously Drake's my favorite, but it wasn't as toxic as it is now. So I wanted to go watch his performance because I go to everybody's concert.
But this is when
Russ actually started that with me, where I remember the online hate for Russ a lot. I was like, I got to go see it. And when I went to his concert, I was like, gave me a whole new perspective. Kendrick doing these stadium tours, I really wanted to see hip hop in a stadium.
But this is when I feel like sometimes you can be a little green. And this is how sometimes I feel like either Act doesn't truly know the severity of the things that he's saying, or maybe he just don't give a fuck and he's just a wild motherfucker. There's no reason for you to be at that concert. And I'm going to tell you why. What happened at that concert?
Nothing.
What happened at the concert, Act?
What happened at the concert? You tell me.
Listen, man, I think Charlamagne think he the only nigga who done got swung on, man. Yo, Charlotte, niggas been outside. It's shit's happening. The thing is, I don't make it define me like that. Like, yo, whatever. Like, nigga, this is a contact sport, nigga. Like, fuck it. Nigga might swing on you, might get a little bit active. Like, Charlotte got one swinging video, like a nigga punched on him. And like, it's the thing that defines him on everything. Now, I'm not no crash out like Tax Stone. That's why that nigga's in jail. But it's like, bro, I know what do you think I'm not gonna go to a fucking show if I think somebody, I go to mad shows where I know niggas don't like me at. Nigga, I know how to move accordingly and shit, if it gonna get there, it's gonna get there, but I hope it don't. Like, I think Charlamagne think he the only one that been outside the house. That's the thing. Nigga, I'm gonna go exactly where the fuck I wanna go. Nigga, I go to another Kendrick concert if I fucking want to. This time I'm coming maybe with like 25 people.
He came to find you.
Yeah.
You're thinking just because. No, let me finish.
And you're acting like I wasn't prepared for it.
Sure, but you're thinking that just because
I don't know what they was gonna do.
You should, because everybody not gonna come in peace. Why get you or your team or your security, whoever, why get them in a situation just because? You can't walk around like nothing is gonna happen. It's the same thing with the Lil Baby situation. Lil Baby has one phone call with you, makes you think everything good, and then one of his mans try you. That could have been a gunshot, bro. That's the type of shit I be thinking about.
Charlamagne, as you
Charlamagne got soft now, man. Hip hop a contact sport, nigga. Like, anytime you give your opinion on these niggas, they all want to fight you. They all want to kill you. It's the reality of it. You either gonna do two things, right? You either just stay in the house and do it, right? Or you get rich enough like me, I'm gonna go anywhere, nigga. The fuck? Like, what the hell? Nigga, I move like the rapper or beyond the rapper. Nigga, I'm gonna go anywhere I want. The fuck? Come on, man.
When I call you, I want you to think about time.
And it's not being tough. It's just like, bro, the reality is I have no problems with no other person that's not in the rap industry. If I got to go do a job or I want to go see a show, like, I'm going to go do it. You know what I mean? Now, obviously, I'm not pulling up to provoke people, right? Like, I didn't go to that Kendrick concert, like, let me show you these niggas is bitches. Nah, definitely I didn't do that, right? I just wanted to watch the show. But yeah, the idea, like, yeah, what do you think? Because Lil Baby got a bunch of like killers, I'm just gonna like say his music's good. Fuck that nigga. You know what I mean?
I've called you, and what do I always say to you, Act?
And that's another thing too. What Charlamagne don't realize is, like, I don't know what's up with what goes on with him. He's been on mental health shit though, so maybe, nigga, you know how much mad incidents done happen? Like, y'all just don't hear about it. I wouldn't even talk about the Lil Baby shit if Lil Baby's nigga didn't talk about it. Nigga, win, lose, or draw, nigga, there's mad shit that's happened. Like, you think these rappers like me? I just don't, like, I just keep it real with it. You know what I mean? Like, unless it was some shit that, like, the cops are not involved, like, force, y'all gonna know. But, nigga, there's mad incidents that happen. Mad, like, now, some of the stuff I mentioned, you could joke around about it. Like, I remember I talked about the Casanova shit. But it's mad incidents, you know? It's just, I'm not gonna fucking... You know, like, Charlotte, like, yo, they swung at you one time at the Breakfast Club, nigga. Whoop-de-doo, nigga. You getting paid $200 million, nigga. You're supposed to have 20 niggas with you. The next time a nigga try that, you punish him. That's it, nigga. This is hip-hop. You made $200 million by popping shit, nigga. That's how it works. When I look at myself, I see the Lambo, the Maybach, the this, the third, that, and the third. I see my mama's house, my mama Mercedes, this, that. Nigga, I know I got this shit. You think I'm gonna just like cower down? No, I'm not backing down neither. I'm not trying to incite nothing, but I know how I got my shit. And only thing I say to anybody who's in hip hop, if you are gonna pop shit, get money. Make sure you got some money because hip hop is an expensive sport. You're gonna have to have them securities, or you're gonna have to have them crash outs that they might have to do something. You're gonna have to bail them out. You have to pay some legal fees. But you can't let rappers punk you. That's what they try to do. They want to punk you out your opinion, this and third. Like, Charlamagne should know that.
Don't make the same mistakes I made, bro.
Charlotte.
Have I not told you that?
I agree. But one thing I'll say is
Charlotte also called me I remember when Taxstone got locked up. Charlotte called me and be like, yeah, this dummy just really tricked himself out of his position. Don't do this act. And I agreed. I was like, yeah, I'll make sure that like the equivalent of what Taxstone did was showing up to a Lil Baby concert. And I appreciated that call, Charlotte. Yeah, we knew that nigga was an idiot. I think even Charlotte knew he was an idiot. Like, I think Charlotte was just hoping that nigga crashed out and killed somebody that he didn't like too. You know, one of those ones where you know this nigga going to jail, you're like, at least if you're going to go to jail for killing somebody, kill one of my ops as well. You know what I mean? Like, but he knew that, Taxstone was born to be in jail. Everybody knows that. You get what I'm saying? So I respect it. Charlotte called me after, like, yo, Ak, you see what I said? And I was like, yo, Charlotte, you see everything what Charlotte is saying to me? Charlotte was putting the battery and taxes back. And Tax in jail. I'm just like, listen, I'm going to heed your warning. I'm not antagonistical. Now, let me not even say Charlotte was putting the battery in his back because I don't want to blame Charlotte. That nigga's just a dummy. That's a fact. But Charlotte definitely called me after and be like, Ak, you see? That's what happened. But the nuance to it was, yo, the nigga shows up to a concert. That's what I'm saying. Remember I told you the thing about like Cardi B, I'm about to go to Cardi B's concert in Philly. Me and Meek talked like 5 times on the phone recently. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we haven't had no real smoke on some nigga when I see you, blah, blah. Nigga, this is going to be in Philly. I know Cardi calls me and said, Ak, just to let you know that he going to be here. You feel me? Nigga. Yo, I made it to, I ain't going. My first time seeing Meek Mill will not be in Philly when he finally get all the Dream Chaser goons to come out with him to like do Dreams and Nightmare. No, I'm good. And it probably would have been nothing, but you got to learn when to avoid shit. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to be like, oh, let me stick my chest out. I'm not even needed then. I could go to any, Cardi B say, come to any show. You could go to my show in Montana. I'm not going to be like, nah, I'm not pussy. I'm coming to, no, you got it. You feel what I'm saying? It's cool. When Young Thug, y'all don't even know about it. When Young Thug and Lil Baby was running around Miami playing gangster, Playboy Cardi, not Cardi B, Playboy Cardi invited, like, I was about to pop out to the club, Vendome with him. Nigga, my security and everything be like, yo, bro, they pulled up, whatever, Trav said whatever. Nigga, I said, bro, I'll catch y'all niggas another time. Nigga, what I'm gonna do, go to the club and go have a whole brawl? Nah, that's Taxstone shit. I'm not trying to do that. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I'm trying to fuck with whoever I fuck with, but also move safe. I'm not trying to be dumb. You get what I'm saying? Like, nigga, y'all see where I live. I live way out the way from rappers. I don't live around rappers. I'm selective with them. So, the only thing is, if I got something to do or if I'm getting paid or something like that, or if I'm going to go out, which I am going to go out, I take proper precautions. That's it.
Is that what I've learned about hip hop? And I don't even have a problem like admitting that those situations happen. I live my life as how this culture and my job, like, it's gonna be how it's gonna be. Honestly,
It don't have to be.
I'm not saying I'm dumb.
Your Charlamagne is good talking like this. Your Charlotte, you made your money popping shit, nigga. Like that mental health. If Charlotte started on mental health from day one, that nigga would have been nowhere. Like, I'm gonna give you out the good and the bad. It's like, yeah, nigga, like it is expensive to be someone who's a little bit antagonistical or like, you kind of are polarizing. But nigga, you better make sure you're good at your job, that you got some money to like protect yourself. Nigga, that's what it is. To give your opinion, you like these niggas will beat your opinion out of you. Like, nigga, I seen Trap Lil Ross at Complex Con. Trap Lil Ross don't talk crazy like me. Nigga, I'm in Central C booth. I see Trap Lil Ross, like, that's my man's. They had some big smoke. Good thing Traplo Ross, he already thinking about that mindset. He moving with security. He moving like this. As it, media personalities, they don't, that wasn't their steez. Like these days, I think some of the media personalities, definitely streamers, are bigger than the rappers. So we all should be moving with security, moving with not necessarily an entourage. I like professional security, but yeah, like after they swung on Charlamagne, I think iHeart gave that nigga, Charlamagne was making way too much money not to have security. I'm gonna be honest with you. Way too much money. So like to keep it real, like the way he was wilding, you should have been had security. You feel what I'm saying? But yeah, they gave him some white man in the suit, ready to shoot niggas. Like after that, nobody tried him no more. So it's like, yeah, you're either gonna. I think he kind of gives these warnings, like niggas. He's the only one who ever got swung at. It's like, no, I got swung at too. Okay, nigga, it's not no like stripe. It's like, okay. Oh, what does that mean? Like now I like Lil Baby. Nigga, fuck Lil Baby. What the fuck? Like, nigga, even if he did punch me, like you think that was gonna stop me? Nigga, I would have went crazy on Lil Baby immediately. Like you think that one punch is gonna stop me? Nigga, the fuck? Get out of here.
No, I definitely don't move dumb.
Yeah, I think a lot.
I don't move dumb, but the idea.
Even not moving dumb, there's no need to antagonize situations. No need to kick hornets' nest when you don't have to.
No, I'm
have your opinion. You can have your opinion.
I'm definitely gonna move the way I like.
No, you should always move militant.
I'm gonna stand on. I'm gonna stand on that opinion. Like I don't care if you getting mad and if you see me, it's gonna be a problem.
It's a difference between an opinion and slander, though. It's a difference. Having an opinion about somebody's music, even having an opinion about somebody's wardrobe, having an opinion about somebody's personality, that's one
objective.
thing.
Let me tell you this, because you could be given an opinion, and if someone looks at you and in their mind, they're like, in reality, I feel like just because you don't like, that happens a lot, where people like, because you don't like me, it's like Kai Cenat and Lil TJ. Lil TJ is saying, because you don't like me, there's so many other people that won't like me. So people sometimes want to force your hand to like them.
Yeah, but I saw you say, I saw you on a screen say, I will choke the shit out of Lil Baby.
I would.
All right. So people around Lil Baby that like him are going to feel a way about that and want to do some wild shit.
The thing is, I think Charlamagne think I was playing victim in the Lil Baby thing. I just thought Lil Baby was on some sucker shit. Don't call me to beg me to be cool and lay off your music for you to try to do some snake shit. Like, yo, low key, like if you as tough as you think you are, you would have been said, nigga, it's up for you no matter what. And we could have moved accordingly. That's what it is. Nigga, you copped a plea. You copped a plea and then your label paid me for music promotion and then try to do some sucker shit. I can't respect it. So I'm gonna air you out. Like, I'm not playing victim. I'm just saying, nigga, you basically had to pay me to get off your ass. Like, nigga, that's not gangster, nigga. A gangster nigga would have never have to, like, rock his op to sleep. Like, no, if you that tough, you'd have never been like, nigga, you was on the phone, quiet voice, still murmuring and shit. You had to do all that with Rod Wave on the phone, nigga. You would have said, fuck that nigga Akademiks. So I don't respect him on some gangster shit because the nigga copped a plea to me. You can't cop a plea and then tell your label to pay me for music promotion if you really don't fuck with me or you hate me and then try to get like, oh, we got our get back. How you get your get back, nigga? You paying your ops? You apologizing to them? You exchange it? Come on, bro. That's not gangster. So like when I look at that, I'm like, yo, I don't care what y'all say about him. I seen his true character. Nigga, call me an internet nigga, a bitch nigga, whatever. I made him fold. Nigga was on the phone with me, nigga. Yeah. Nah, I shouldn't have said that. Nah, I mean, like, bruh, you would have been stood on it. Nigga, you have to apologize for dissing me on your album, nigga. So when I see you doing the other shit, I'm like, the gangsters who I think I know, they never apologize for doing the gangster shit initially. All right, whenever I see that nigga. That's all I was saying.
Yeah, that's my point is, why provoke things like that? That's totally different than Lil Baby's music is whack.
That two things can be true.
That's completely different, and that's what I've always tried to get you to avoid. I picked up the phone. I remember one time picking up the phone and saying, "Ak, yo, you go too hard on women, yo. Don't." And I literally said, "Don't make the same mistakes that I made." That's what I said to you.
And that wasn't. You did mention that, but that wasn't why you called me. I can't remember why you called me, but
I can tell you why we were on the phone that time.
Wow.
This was before you launched off the record and I was getting ready to launch Black Effect, and I was trying to get you to do an Academics podcast. Because this was like I remember because it was COVID because I was down in South Carolina at the beach house cooling. And I remember picking up the phone and calling you, and I forgot who you might have been wilding on. And I was having like, yo.
Yeah, Charlotte describing why I don't care about deals anymore. So I don't do none of them deals. The reality of it is that Spotify paid me, like, we got an offer from Charlamagne, nigga. Spotify paid me like 10 times more than that. You feel what I'm saying? It's like, here's the thing. The reality of how things are is like, I'm going to be honest with you, Charlamagne can't offer me enough money for me to get on no Black Effect. Matter of fact, Spotify can't offer me enough to stay with them. That's why I'm good with all deals. You feel what I'm saying? Like, nobody could really offer me enough money to be repping their brand where I got to worry about how I got to move. Because if one day a clip blow up and you'll be like, damn, yo, Akademiks canceled because he told Ruri, rest in piss. I don't want to get no call from no company. There's no company calling me. And here's the thing. I only got with Spotify because I needed, like, I still felt like I needed that cosign, and that big brand name was whatever. Nigga, I've made more money not being with these niggas. Nigga, I would never sign no more deals. Like, every deal I see niggas sign, no, except this Netflix deal. The Netflix deal is kind of crazy. I'll be honest with you. I see the Netflix deal, I was like, okay, Charlo, you got it. But other than that, anybody else deal, I'm like, yo, I'm getting it by trapping. Yeah, I've never signed no more deals. I don't want no company. Well, Netflix could holler at me if they're giving that budget. But Spotify, I'm good. I'm good. I told you, you'll hear what I said to him. I stopped even talking to my agent and my entertainment lawyer. I know y'all want y'all 20. No, they get 15% for me. My lawyer get 5% and the agent get 10%. Cool. Like I don't want no more deals. Straight up. Like, I'm getting all the money I'm making. Nigga, these companies don't make me Nigga, I'm the bag. So, like, at this point, I'm like, why the fuck would I even entertain a deal, especially when most of the deals you're getting, that's why when, like, you got to watch out for cancellation. Right now, nigga, I'm tweaking on niggas. There's no cancellation. Who you gonna get me canceled by? All right, even Twitch. I think I could probably get back on Twitch. I don't even know if it's worth hollering at them because they still so pussy and safe. It's like you get back on there, like, niggas is like trying to, like, bro, right now, I don't care what I say. Who y'all gonna get me canceled by? Who? And I'm still getting more money. Shout out to Kick. I'm always shout out to Kick, shout out to Kick, shout out to Steak. But, like, shit, I left Twitch. Nigga, I get more money on Kick. I ain't gonna lie. To keep it real, the reason why I haven't even even tried to get back on Twitch, nigga, Kick is like, hit me with it. Like, I'm like, I never seen this over at Twitch. I'm good. And they the most PC. So I'm like, I'm straight with y'all niggas. I'm good. So that's kind of what I've been on. But yeah, I'm not really like some of these partnerships and shit like that. I don't do them no more. I don't do them no more. Like, I personally think, with all due respect to Charlamagne Joe, I think I got the biggest voice in hip hop. But for y'all to put some money and book me, or put me on like some deal, y'all gonna have to pay me so much it's gonna sound stupid. You know what I mean? But I do respect Charlamagne's like $200 million deal. I like that. $200 million is, when I start breaking it down to month, because I love comparing everything to me. I'm like, okay, all right, Charlamagne. Now, I don't know how much of that 200 Rock Nation fronted, but it's all good. Now, I'm happy for Charlamagne. I think we all doing good, man. We all doing great.
Back, you going too hard on.
I'm gonna be honest with you when it comes to like career wise. I gotta say honestly,
I'll tell you this. Yo, I had one bad week on Spotify. I remember told me, they said, yo, don't mention nothing about Spotify for the week. It was like, yo, they was hiding. Man, I don't want no company like that, man. Fuck out of here. Like, I rock with y'all niggas, but like, bro, I gotta keep it a bean with you. Like, I'm so secure where I am in my career, nigga, and what I've accomplished and my actual worth is like, bro, like, it's not like I'm happy to be with y'all, nigga. Y'all should be happy to be with me. Fuck out of here. Like, I think it was after, like, my bitch was acting up at Komodo and she was trying to fight some bitches. I broke it up. Then they reported it like I was fighting a girl. And I was breaking up my chick trying to fight. She's drunk. Anyway, essentially, I remember like, because actually we were out there for some Spotify shit. They were like, yo, don't mention Spotify for the week. Just chill. And I was just like, all right, nigga. Like, yo, what the fuck? I'm cool though. I'm cool. So now that's why you see, yo, I'm living my best life right now. No deal. I don't want no deal. Someone just brought a deal over recently. Before I could even talk to my nigga to be like, yo, let's get an offer, I said, I'm good. I don't know what they're offering, but I'm good. I don't want to be with nobody who gonna think that, you know, oh, need to act like this, and no, I'm good.
I have zero regrets. Every single thing. I think the way I played it was the only way that I could feel like I was being true to what I'm doing that I love.
I respect that.
So like obviously not everything turned my way. What I've learned is like I just got to take the good with the bad.
Facts.
There's some good. There's a lot of bad.
I'm with you, but depending,
Like, you know what I mean?
Depending on the energy that you put out, that bad can be really bad.
Of
Thank
course.
God for me, the bad has only been getting punched in the back of the head and got to watch a video for the rest of my life with a motherfucker asking me, can I get a drop, right? Then there was another time where I had to
You got to get that.
I had to fuck somebody up
You gotta
across
get the video.
I don't care about that shit.
You've told me this a couple
I
times. You
coulda
should
got
have
that
been dropped the
video
video.
then. They had the surveillance video. I don't care about that. Like that's like I can watch the Can I Get a Drop video online and watch motherfuckers call me pussy and say I ran for the rest of my life. I don't care. I don't have anything to prove to any of those people. Like I already know what's gonna happen with this interview
What?
if we put it up. We might. I don't know. I really don't know. I don't care.
I don't know why you said if. It's like, bro, I'm gonna be honest with you. I like public conversation. Bro, I don't really got nothing to hide from y'all niggas, man. I told Charlotte, I was like, yo, that financial stuff that y'all running around with that Jeremy falsely claimed was whatever, y'all should put it out. Bro, why do I want media niggas to know my business? I'd rather the whole world know my business. Like, nigga, I ain't hiding nothing. Like, nigga, y'all could just put it out. Nigga, it said $400,000 I got paid on PayPal for like some music payments or some shit like that. And it was, and those weren't even label shits. Those were just like labels get agencies that holler at me. I'm like, yeah, this is that, that's that. Yeah. Okay. Like, niggas trying to get a gotcha on me is like, yo, it's like, you think Ack is denying it?
I put it on both of our platforms. We gotta make sure no edits. Yo, this guy.
No edits. But if we put it out, because honestly, I just enjoy us having this conversation. Because we don't get to do that. Like, I don't want to talk on the phone. I was like, you know what? I literally said, I want to sit down, talk to Ack, look him in the eyes, and see if he believes some of this shit.
No, you said I'm manic. That's crazy.
It sounded a little manic.
I think
You
when
told
it
me
comes,
Desiree sitting here, Jay-Z sitting
no.
there.
You know what I mean? I mean figuratively. But everything I'm saying,
Ack, you posted that you was bringing mad security because they was going to have you killed.
it's like theater, but I do believe that Rod H will get somebody killed.
What? Why? That right there is a wild accusation to put on somebody. Yeah. That's wild. That's a wild accusation to put on somebody. Yeah. So I should believe. I should believe the video about Drake being a mob boss in Toronto, and all of them. I should believe that.
I'm not telling you what to believe. I'm just trying to tell you. I'm telling you when it comes to Rock Nation.
In that video, they say they got mad bodies, kidnappings. Hold on, should I believe that video about Drake being a mob boss in Toronto?
I don't know nothing about what's going on in Toronto.
Yeah.
But what I'm trying to say is that
I don't know.
Jay-Z and Rock.
Once again, I gotta give you my shameless plug. Y'all go to I Am Akademiks on the gram. We out in Toronto, man. We're turning up another notch. Eventbrite.com. Y'all click on this link, man. All right. I'm trying to open more meet and greets. They won't let me do it. We're sold out of meet and greets. And so we can still have some general admission. It's gonna be, I'm gonna be honest with you. I predict it's be my best show yet. It's gonna be my best show yet. Trust me, chat. If you can make your way to Toronto, July 31st, 8 p.m., we're there. It's gonna be my best show yet. Trust me, in every single way possible. Okay. Just know that. Anyway, back to this.
Rock Nation, I believe they would put a nigga in jail. If you put a nigga in jail, you would definitely kill that nigga. Like, come on.
This is crazy.
All right.
This is crazy.
Not obviously pull the trigger yourself, but you know,
This is
through means and influences.
We're not gonna get anywhere on this conversation. Okay, I like Jay-Z. You like Drake. That don't mean that we should be at odds with each other and making the internet
We
shoot at
should.
each
I
other.
just wanted
like
a
it's silly.
disclosure next time, Charles. Just be like, yo, I just talked to Desiree just to let you know.
That's not what happened, though. If I knew where that information came from, I would have given it to you. And I also told you the information I had wasn't the same information that Jeremy had, clearly. Because I didn't know nothing about that shit he was talking about.
No, he just lied.
I literally said to you,
No.
the only thing I'm seeing on, I told you on the phone, only thing I'm seeing on this is a bunch of music pages.
No, he just lied. That's what it is.
I didn't lie.
I'm gonna be honest. What you showed me, I think that's what he has. He's just an idiot. So like he looked at a thing that's a payment and he called it politics. He's just stupid.
Did I lie to you? I didn't lie to you about nothing. I didn't lie to you. I told you the information I had. I don't know if it's true, but I told you that,
You might have been deceptive.
these guys got pressed by investigators and they said X, Y, and Z. This article that I read to you said the same thing. So clearly, all of these media outlets got the same
But when
information.
you say investigators, we're talking about PIs who are trying to get civil cases.
I just said investigate. That's what I said.
Yeah, well, it's loaded. It's leaded.
It's not, because I never said that publicly. I said it to you. All that information was for you to discern. You got to go take that information and figure shit out.
Yeah, but half
by the
the
way,
information wasn't right.
you
He said he's stealing. That's not true.
But you know what was deceptive? And I could be wrong. You might have told me this on the phone, but I don't remember you telling me this. I don't remember you telling me, yeah, one of Kendrick's people, when they saw me at the concert, they said that they had a PI
No, I
on me.
told you that.
You didn't tell me that.
No, I told you.
You didn't tell me there was a scream, which I saw later.
No, I definitely told you that. I said, because when I was trying to like unravel this, and I said, I told you that, and then I told you about the deposition thing, and I said, I think this is coming from Rock Nation.
You didn't tell me about the scream that you was on, and at the time, I guess it was George, the investigators were at his house, and y'all was listening to it.
That wasn't George.
Yes, it was.
No, it wasn't.
I heard Aiden saying they're at Grant's house right now.
That wasn't. See, that's what I'm saying, Charlie. You don't have even the info.
I don't.
Hold on. The guy on that phone call, his name is Blurry. Okay, he's a streamer. He acted as if he.
Yeah, just to clarify, y'all never heard Grand Wizard's voice. Like, there was a time that there's a bunch of private investigators trying to surround a house they thought was Grand Wizard's, and they wanted him to come out the house, right? So they kept leaving cards under the door, or they put stuff on the door. So they're surrounding the house. I was aware, we were aware, and basically we had someone speak to them, and the person who spoke to them was a streamer. And that streamer, we were trying to elicit information about who and where it was coming from, and that whole call was recorded. That call was later played on stream, not only by me, but a few other people. But that was not Grand Wizard's voice. I never heard his voice. So Charlotte's referencing that, but I was aware of this then, and these are my people. So we're actively monitoring it. But it was a streamer talking to him that was trolling the investigator, trying to figure stuff up. Not Grand.
He was Grand Wizard, and because they were trying to figure out who does this private investigator work for, right? They believe they're at an address. If you listen to the whole thing, they said, I'll come outside and talk to you. Go get me a burger first. Oh, go get me this. I'm hungry.
That's what snitches do. They want to eat. And remember, I told you that it wasn't just George.
Charlotte's still trying to get this up.
I told you it wasn't just George that got pressed by investigators. I gave you two other names. I said Carson McCoy.
Charlamagne keeps saying snitching, like he's trying to say, my guy snitched. Okay, how would you snitch civilly?
And that Alex Ocha kid,
man.
right? Didn't I tell you that?
Okay. Where do you, because I've heard this a couple times, or could you at least be like,
By the way, Lazarus, you're good for this whole clip on all the Facebooks and all that type of stuff. By the way, I got to put you on the Academy because I want you to upload it. And then Drill, Drill, you could clip whatever.
I have no proof of it. This idea that Drake runs my page. Could we put that to bed to be like,
I never saw that. What I was told, what they said was the Alex
you
the Carson
repeated
kid,
on Brilliant Idiots that someone told you that, and
yeah, they said Alex.
Who's they?
The information, the people that sent the information. I gotta ask Lauren. They said that the Alex Ocha kid and the Carson McCoy kid used to run Akademiks TV, and they gave it to George and Drake. By the way, you told me that Drake and George talk more than you and George talk.
Yeah, no, the homies.
That's why I keep saying when I first bought all of this to you,
Red
you
was
weren't
his
acting
gang.
like you and George were so
that's
close.
That's our man.
Now is
Yo, announcement to the internet. Listen, I know y'all hate Grand, but Grand is like NBA Youngboy in the rap game. You see how everybody hate Youngboy? That's our nigga. Drake love him, and I love him too. I'm sorry. Just get over it and move on. All right?
you know
No,
George.
no. You wanted me to which, by the way, now I'm thinking about the conversation. You could have Desiree on the other thing. It's like you want me to pick my man out of the lineup. No, nigga, I don't know how he look like. But I never said me and Grant Wizard wasn't cool.
You said that Grand and Drake talk
okay.
more than y'all do.
I'll say it unequivocally.
By the way, that's true. Grand and Drake might talk more than me and Drake do. Because when me and Drake talk, we talking about some shit. Like, we going to get into some shit. Like, we going back and forth. Grand and Drake, like, Grand is like an AI. Like, literally. Like, he's going to update what's going on. Hey, you seen this? Da-da-da. Yo, watch, look at this. Look at what, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, he does that for me. He does that for Drake, too. Drake's our nigga. Like, what the fuck? It's OVO act. What the fuck you think?
Specifically for the whole world to hear. That's like my right hand.
Okay. I can't say that.
You see how Drake said I'm his right hand? I'm Drake's right hand. Which, by the way, Chad, remember when you know when Drake had said you're my right hand and I didn't wish him happy birthday? I ain't gonna lie. Drake, I see how Drake moved with his friends because he like on my birthday he was like, oh shit, like he was going crazy. But so he loves birthdays, clearly. But yeah, I'm Drake's right hand man, and Grant is both of our right hand mans. What's the problem?
That about anybody at Rock Nation.
Okay, well, listen.
I'm being honest. I can't say that.
What they say about you?
They'll probably say that's my man, and I'll say the same thing. Those my peoples, but I can't say that's
Drake
that
said it about me. I said it about Grand.
Yeah, I can't say those are my right hands, but they have assisted me with a lot, especially when it comes to design. Like, I think I told you this before. I love how the paper plane look. So if I love how the paper plane look, I'm gonna reach out to the person who created the paper plane. Yo, Emery, I want somebody to design this Black Effect logo. I'm about to launch this podcast network. You know, can we make that? Can we get that to happen? I got you. So the person that designed the paper plane designed the Black Effect logo. The Black Effect, that's a Jay-Z and Beyonce song. Yo, I want to name my company Black Effect. Got that from this song. Can I get permission to do that? That's the extent of relationships.
So Rory asked for permission to So Rory asked for permission to marry his wife, and Charlamagne asked for permission to make his company's logo. Fine.
I got people up there, one person in particular, who I really look at as like a big brother, but you wouldn't even know who that person is. Like, that's not a person that's a public figure. That's why I wouldn't even say his name now. But he's not even, you would never know who that individual is. And he don't even deal with any of this type of shit.
You and Desiree, like,
I love Desiree.
Okay.
That's the homie. I love Desiree. That is a complete fact.
I think she's the worst thing that
denying.
ever happened to hip hop. I think.
Yeah, he loved Desiree. Man, Desiree is the worst thing that ever happened, nigga. A certified snitch who comes in and like she's in everybody's business. We don't know what she does. At least Jay, we love his music. Who the fuck is this bitch, nigga?
That's not a person that's a public figure. That's why I wouldn't even say his name now. But he's not even, you would never know who that is.
Listen what he says about Desiree. Hey, add this to the Damori Hadley docket. This is what y'all need to know. This is what you need to know.
Individual is, and he don't even deal with any of this type of shit.
You and Desiree, like,
I love Desiree.
Okay.
That's the homie. I love Desiree. That is a complete fact. I
think she's the worst thing that ever happened to hip hop. I think half the shit going on is because of her.
I think you're wrong. I think that she's one of the best things to happen to hip hop. By the way, that's perspective.
I think she's fucked up Jay's legacy in terms of.
I think you're wrong.
In how people perceive him.
I think
because there was a time where 99.9% it was all love for Jay, and I think now people look at him as a very slimy, scummy,
that's just not
untrustworthy
true.
person. Well,
he's selling out arenas all over the country.
140,000
people are buying his merch.
That's not everybody in the world.
I wish you could come to the show. I'm gonna send you video from the show.
I would never be at that show.
I'm gonna send you video from the show so you can see people singing songs word for word.
I'll go to 10
You
Kendrick.
shouldn't go to any of them.
Yeah, I'll go to 10 Kendrick show before I go to a Jay-Z show. You know why? Kendrick just gonna have some dirty Crip niggas pull up on me, nigga. I'm gonna look at them, nigga. They're gonna be like doing all this, throwing this shit up, and I'm like, yo, smile, nigga. Like, stop all that fucking Crip walking for a second and talk to me. What's up with y'all? Yeah, we good. Like, yo, Kendrick don't got no like Illuminati shit going on. Desiree Perez and Jay-Z, they'll get you killed. Facts.
Don't go to Kendrick, Lil Baby, Rock, Jay-Z.
No, I'm not going to look.
I want to go to a Lil Baby show. Like if I go to a Lil Baby show, clearly I want to fight. Right? Like, why the fuck would I go there? Kendrick show, I probably wouldn't go again. But like, I never talked to Kendrick. All I know, like Dave Free, like he need to take like his fucking tetanus shot before I get around him again. Dave Free is unhinged. Okay? Dave Free been balling since Drake said the baby is his or baby isn't. Whatever the fuck Drake said. I'll go to both of them shows before I ever I'll go to a Lil Baby show and I'll go to a Kendrick show before I go to a Jay-Z show. A Jay-Z show is you want somebody to put something in your drink, stick you with an AIDS needle, fucking hell no, I would never do that.
Lil Baby show, but I'll go to 10 Kendrick show before I go to one Jay-Z show. Because
I gonna miss out.
Listen out. At least if I go to Kendrick show, it's a couple Crip niggas trying to get active.
Sneaking one out the country.
Huh?
Sneaking one out the country.
Nah.
I don't know. Only thing I can tell you is
if I was in a venue that Jay-Z performed, I would think I'm getting poisoned. Like this was a trap. Like hell no.
Your perspective is your perspective. My perspective is my perspective. And and that's cool. There's billions of people on this planet.
I do have a proposal for them though.
Okay.
I think their entire PR is fucked. Whoever they got trying to run narratives weak as fuck. I think they need to come holler at me and George. We could probably do something for them.
You want once again? Do you want to have the conversation?
Yo, Jay-Z, I got a dollar amount. I won't say it, but if we talk business, you know how? Listen, we're like a crisis PR firm, except we did it for the homie Drake on the humble because we love him. For you, the money you spending right now, if you gave us about half of that, you'd be straight. You wouldn't even need to cut that hair. You know, you took like 10 years to grow it. Like, you wouldn't even need to do that. Holla at me. Just holla at me. I'll set the whole play up. You be good. Okay? The belt to ass will stop. You know, we might rock with you. But it depends on how, like, y'all got to have that, because y'all got the money for everything else. Y'all got to come correct. You feel me? Y'all got to come correct. And also, the payment you about to give, none of it could be in incentive hoping that we slime out Drizzy or anybody else. We don't slime out our homies. We don't do that. But if you want to keep selling salt to a snail, you want to keep telling people how your Target deal is great, you want to keep telling people how Colin Kaepernick is an illiterate fool who you had to replace with the NFL, you want to tell people how them fucking people living in Brooklyn where you have to move them out to get Barclays is all in good faith. Maybe we could help you with that narrative. Come holler at me. Come talk to Big Ack. Have a good meeting, but that checkbook better be ready and open. And also, here's the thing, my only caveat. Because I'm the nigga, ask about my reputation with the record labels. I rob him and tell people about it. I'm not robbing you in silence like Charlamagne. Charlamagne taking your money and trying to act like nobody knows. I'm taking your money and I'm bragging about it, nigga. You're going to see 10 more Maybachs, 3 more houses, and I'm going to just be like, nah, fuck with Jay. It's all good. All right? Just come holler at me, all right? Whatever you paying Charlamagne, we need like give me 5X. Charlamagne not doing a good job. You give me 5X or whatever you paying him. I don't care if you paying him $2 million. Give me 10. Straight up. Charlamagne not doing a good job. Like, Charlamagne too much in mental health. He not really scrappy enough to get down with this. Come holler at me. That $10 million deal. We're not snaking Drizzy. We're not doing none of that shit. But if you tired of cutting your hair, you're tired of getting that secret or whatever the fuck they keep putting your shit, you're tired of, like, you know what I mean? Yeah. If you tired of that, you want to get down with the squad? And yeah, I'm giving Grant at least $1 million. That's a fact. Come holler at me, man. Come get down with Death Row. Feel me?
If I can make a conversation happen,
Charlie, you're doing what? Just I'm gonna quote Dame Dash on this.
Okay.
Because every time you interview him, you'll ask him questions, and you claim you have some relationship with these other people. Tell us what they say.
By the way, chat, I'm gonna point out this about myself. I know y'all about to clown. I lost so much weight. Could y'all tell? I haven't been back to jewelry in a bit. My bracelet is mad big now, and even my watch. That's why my watch not fitting like snug on my wrist. It need to take out 2 links. Nigga, I lost mad weight. Y'all know what it is. Like I'm 190 now. I used to be 270. Actually 277 or 279 in my heaviest. So was that 90 pounds? Like damn near? So yeah, my jewelry, like even I got 2 diamond rings. I can't wear them. It don't fit me no more. It's just like it'll just fall off type shit.
Because I've said yes to this
I've
answer
told
already.
you what they said, but you don't want to believe me.
Hold on. I've said yes to that question you're asking already. So now, are we going to get an update? I've said yes.
Yes.
Will I get an update on, hey, I did talk to them. They told me this.
Yes. And
Charlotte's lying. I'm telling you what I'm saying. He'll never tell you, oh, I talked to Desiree and they said this. That's part of his contract. He'll never tell us that. Has Charlotte ever said, I talked to Jay? Like, we know we talked to them at this point. He'll never be like, oh, I talked to Desiree. This is her opinion. You know why? Because she wants to be invisible. He'll just listen to me talk about them and gaslight me.
And I'm telling you right now, they're not thinking about you. You don't want to believe that.
Oh, my God. Yo, Charlotte's good, man.
You don't want to believe that. I know it's good for the internet.
Good, bro.
Yo, I know it's good for the stream.
Charlie,
I know it's good for the chat niggas. Academics versus Rock Nation. Let's go.
Said,
ain't nobody thinking about that, bro. I'm telling you, they not thinking about that. They not.
Yo, Charlotte, you're good, bro.
You're
not
good. But what I will attempt to do is reach out. Because I want peace. Everybody wants peace. This shit is silly. You don't think it's silly?
I do.
You don't think it's silly that in this hip-hop media space, guys like myself, you, Joe, we don't do things? Everybody's successful. Like, super successful. Like, what's the problem?
Okay.
I don't need, none of us need anything.
Well, before you were the problem.
How was that a problem?
Before the new 200 deal, you weren't trying to. Me and Joe have done stuff that I don't know why.
That's a fact. Joe gonna do shit with me. I see Joe getting the mix. Charlotte been mad selective. One thing I didn't hold him to the carpet with, but like, you know, we were just talking about too much. Charlotte been only trying to fuck with the losers that he signed on Black Effect. Like, bro, that nigga Luna is a fucking loser. Nobody really gives a fuck about that nigga. Like, Charlotte gonna be on his show. I seen Charlotte with 2 other niggas. I'm like, them niggas losers too. Like, bro, Charlotte, you're the biggest media personality who don't get in the mix with your fucking peers. You're showing up on irrelevant niggas platforms that niggas don't think about. Get in the mix. Get in the fucking field, nigga. Like, yo, at some point, you got to get in the field with your peers. All right, if I think me, you, Joe, we peers, let's get in the field. Let's mix it up. That's how you maintain your status. That's why I think they don't really got Charlamagne no more at the top of the media list. Not that he probably don't care about it because he worried about other lists, but it's just that, bro, you're talking to irrelevant niggas. It's like you're not in the mix no more, nigga. Like, nigga, you too rich. If you too rich, cool. But just sail on off in the sunset and go do your big one, nigga. Me and Joe, we're over here competitive. Nigga, we locking in. Like, it shouldn't be a thing where, like, every year, I don't even think, like, oh, is this going to be Charlotte's year? I'm like, all right, Charlotte's going to be talking to a bunch of weirdo niggas, and then he's going to have the Breakfast Club. Okay, what's Joe doing? It shouldn't be like that. Charlotte got to get in the mix. Mix it up with us, nigga. And it's not, I don't got to be there, nigga. You and, man, there was a time that I felt I was in the J. Cole position, nigga. The J. Cole position is the cuck seat, nigga. I never want to be in the cuck seat. Never. You know what a cuck seat is? Number 3. Number 3 is the guy watching number 1 and 2 getting it in. Pause. I'm not watching shit. Yo, let's get in the mix. Charlotte took himself out of that spot. Charlotte started fucking with the irrelevant niggas. All right, what? Who? I seen Charlotte recently. He ain't want to shout out Trap Lil Ross, Poetic Flacco. He ain't want to shout out to none of the other big name people. He ain't want to even shout out to no Jump or nothing. All I heard him say was like Chick Smooth. I'm like, bruv, no disrespect to Chick Smooth, but nigga, you not in the mix no more if that's what you all think is popping. I'm watching you sit down on a podcast with that bum ass nigga. That nigga ain't popping. Okay, and by the way, chicks, I ain't dissing. I'm just saying like there's much more than that. He's trying to like create his own world. That's not how it is no more. You gotta mix it up. You feel me? And that's what I'm saying. Like, I think his moves these days is powered by business ventures. My nigga, you know how much, you know when he was talking about, oh, all these new media niggas start getting at me? I ain't tell him, he thinks I told him to get at him. No, nigga, you just gotta, the same way how you showed me genuine love when I came in the game, nigga, just because you got business deals now, you can't show genuine love. I can't even get a sit down with you unless we in mad beef. You're sitting down with irrelevance. Bro, nigga, if Flacco in New York right now would be like, and he'd be like, yo, I leave tomorrow. I bet, nigga, I'm gonna either be there tonight or in the morning. I'm doing something with you. Everybody know it. Trap lore. It's my nigga. Like, these are people who are up and coming. The same way, and you're gonna hear at the end, I'm like, yo, I do feel pressure because everybody else in the media shit, it don't stop with me. I'm supposed to like give them shout outs. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'll even give this nigga a shout out, even though I watch his videos a lot. Like, he, not every time. Matter of fact, sometimes he be killing me. But I do think he be fair. What's this nigga name? And me and Sean Conn, cool. Shout out to Sean Conn. Y'all seen Sean right here? Shout out to Sean. I love his shit. Yo, Sean, me and you got to revisit, like, doing, like, some Shannon Sharp. Yeah, me and Sean doing a Shannon Sharp Ocho shit. We might have to do it still. Yo, could y'all send that to Sean? Sean, I love you. By the way, Sean's in a group chat with all of us. And that's another thing I was saying about Charlotte. I'm like, yo, all the new media guys have a group chat, bro. We all have a group chat just fucking, just chatting in there, bro. Like, Sean, me, like, I be watching videos. I fuck with you. Me and you, we gotta do some shit like that. Cause you got so much of an independent thought too. You're gonna provoke me to give like real opinions and engage. Love that. Who's this thing I've been watching recently too? I watch everybody. I watch Flacco. Flacco's killing it. Killing it. And that's what I was saying to Charlotte. I'm like, yo, Charlotte, you went from being like my OG to now you're like playing like these selective politics according to your business. And I'm like, I get it. Cause you're trying to do deals and shit like that. But I feel like I'm in the position that you used to be in. So now, nigga, I'm showing love to everybody. Like, all of these niggas. But what's the nigga name? Wait. Who do y'all watch? Y'all name the niggas y'all watch. Oh, this nigga right here. I think I dissed him back in the day. I don't even remember. But I've been watching him recently. Low key. Like, he been having interesting videos. And one thing I kind of do like. Oh, no, okay. Is that like his other page? I don't know. I just see his shit pop up on my shit. I like that he talk about streamers. He's kind of talk about everybody. Yeah. Hello, Yassine. I watch this nigga. I'm like, okay. He's a little fair. And like, I could tell, like, even if he might say something that's not for me, I'm like, he's genuinely coming from his perspective on what he see. Fuck with it. Get it. Whatever. Not tripping. By the way, he's not a dick rider. He's done a video where I seen it recently. It was just like, how somebody, Charlamagne finally cooked that. Like, nigga, I'm not tight about it. It's just whatever. Like, I think he's been doing good videos. But yeah, no. Like, in this new media, and this is the last part of the interview, but that's the only, like, pressure I kind of feel. I'm like, I represent the internet the media turned to the internet era. And whether it's a Flacco or anybody else and how they do shit, they kind of look at me like, damn, I ain't gonna lie. Like, you did this internet shit first and you also crossed over with like this other world. And I just want to be an example for them because I'm not going to be the biggest all the time. We the biggest now. But they're going to bring their platforms up. And I just want to be a good example for them. And yeah. So, yeah, I'll be watching all these niggas every day. I watch all these niggas. Like, I watch all these niggas. And I watch some niggas that's not exactly in hip hop either. Like, I watch a pretty good palette of people, honestly. Let me see. I don't really watch stuff on this account, but let me see if I see anyone. But anyway, yeah, I just wanted to say that. Anyway, let's go back.
3 of us haven't done stuff at the end of the year.
I've already said this. I said this on the Angie Martinez show.
I think Charlotte at one point boxed out the rest of the game, bro. That's what, and I gotta be honest. I think he boxed out because him and Joe got into it. It's not like him and Joe got into it and then him and me would do stuff. Like him and Joe got into it, me and him would talk on the phone, but we'd never do nothing publicly. You get what I'm saying? And I know he was kicking up his Black Effect stuff, but he was just putting on a bunch of lame ass niggas. I gotta keep it a bean. Like, yo, other than the established niggas on Black Effect, it's a bunch of lame ass niggas on there. We gotta keep it 100.
I completely understand why Joe was upset with me. Because in hindsight, I realize how much my voice can impact things when it comes to business. If I could go back right now when Joe was going through his shit with Spotify, the conversation I had on air, I would have had to Joe, like we do, because me and Joe used to talk all the time. I would have just said that to Joe. With however I felt about his business and how he moves and him and his team moves, I would have said that to him. On air, I would have been like, Spotify, y'all need to pay fucking Joe. That's just the reality of the situation. That's what I would have done in hindsight. But listen, we've all done that to each other. We've all grown together in this business. I've known Joe for 20 plus years. Like the first time I met Joe was in fucking Columbia, South Carolina, because he got family in Sumter. He came to the radio station I was working at, Hot 103.9, and we went bowling and all types of dumb shit afterwards and went to the club. Like that's I know him in a real way. So it's like those conversations, things like.
I think Charlotte recognizes after kind of seeing, let me tell you, when niggas start doing this, it's like they recognize a little bit that, bro, your handle on the culture is losing a little bit. And Charlotte, like, I'm telling you, that's a GOAT. But I think him doing mental health, him trying to do politics, him kind of like trying to do these other stuff, he kind of probably also realized in moments like this, because I guarantee Charlotte was he probably told Rod Nation, yo, ain't nobody going against me for Akademiks. And that nigga probably looked up and said, what the fuck is going on? And probably realizes, yeah, tap the fuck in, nigga. Like, Charlamagne, I aspire to be like Charlamagne on a business level. You get what I'm saying? Like, he's doing mogul shit. I even give Joe credit in this because Joe's built a community. And like, I know I got a chat nigga community, but like, he's only caring about his community. Like, that's all he does. But I give both of those guys respect in that. But one thing I'll say, when it comes to me, nigga, the current conversation in hip-hop, the current pulse, like, granted, sometimes they say that's not the most lucrative thing. Nigga, it's always going to be me. That's why, I mean, we really only got one topic after, like, I'm done with this, because we're going to do the YB and YB and Future shit. But, nigga, I like being in that tapped-in position.
Like that can be, I feel like can be repaired if we need them to be repaired. If not, fuck it. We all good. We go on about our merry way, because the reality is none of us need each other. So when I'm saying what I'm saying right now, I'm only saying it because I think that's the right thing for us to do. We got to make a good example for this next generation. Some of that, by the way, some of this next generation, I'm not fucking with. There's a lot of people on your side I'm never fucking with.
What do you mean?
You're going to have to make a change.
No,
and then change some of them.
These are some good people over there, man.
That's you did with them Legion of Doom ass niggas, okay?
Now,
Who is he talking about?
Niggas is like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle villains.
Ooh.
All of them niggas.
Give me some examples.
Rocksteadies, Bebops.
I wasn't trying to say no name. Shout out to all the guys, man. Shout out to What's the Dirt. Shout out to Trap Lord. Shout out to Flacco. Shout out to, like, there's a million other pages. I be seeing y'all. Like, I watch y'all too. Like, trust me. You know, of course. But I think Charlotte was pleasantly surprised in the last week where he's like, damn, they would actually do a video and have some nuance that doesn't fall my way just out of respect. Because here's the thing. At the end of the day, you're going to see at this end of the interview, I still look up to Charlamagne. Like, you know what I mean? I didn't just like, I do think that he's a Roc Nation operative still, but I still do look up to him. I'm not going to cap. You got to learn a lot from people before you even get there.
This is the example. Go look at Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle villains, and you're going to be like, yeah, that dude look like my man. Okay? You got a lot of them over there. They all jumped me this week.
Flacco and them?
They all jumped me this week. You're gonna have to.
Flacco, good guy.
But by the way, as you
I
evolve,
should put listen. They got a lot of influences from me. I got influences from you. Listen,
as you evolve,
we should all be able to follow.
As you evolve, so will they. Guaranteed. Same thing with me. As I evolve, so will other people in the culture. If we're the leaders in this space, let's really lead. Like, let's show people. Even when it comes, and I'm only bringing it back. When it comes to even people like Jay and Rock Nation, man, that's a 30-year career. That's somebody we watch go from just a rapper to being one of the, multimedia moguls, richest black people on the planet. He's literally the richest musician. A rapper is the richest musician. You don't get a Drake, a Kendrick, a Cole, Kanye, any of those guys who have the aspirations they have now without that bar being set. And this is something that I had to learn. I learned this a long time ago. I'm not tearing that down. I know for a fact that there was a lot of OGs when I was first got on Breakfast Club. I was like, fuck everybody. I tore down a lot of legacies, or shitted on a lot of legacies. And that makes us as a culture look fucked up.
Do you have the same opinion of that with Kanye?
Yes, 100%. The thing that disappoints me about Kanye is Kanye did that to himself. Kanye made a lot of self-inflicted choices that didn't have to happen. So that's what hurts me about Kanye. Kanye is one of the most saddest stories to me ever, because Kanye would have been the new bar. If Kanye would have kept on the trajectory he was going, music-wise, and the way he infiltrated the world of fashion, you know how hard it is to get people to wear your sneakers and you don't got no jump shot? You don't run no ball?
I agree with that.
And he had everybody, all races, all ages, everybody.
As long as you're giving him that chance to,
At the end of this interview, by the way, this is like 20 minutes left, you're going to see Charla exhibit something that I believe that Jay should exhibit. This interview, to me, by the time we got to the end, was Charla realizing that no matter how great he is, and he is great, Charla is one of the greatest media personalities of all time. He realized that there was a generational change start happening in media, and that even he needed to humble himself in a way where he's like, yo, I need to tap in a little bit more. And, for what people look up to me for, I should try to use it to better shit. And that's the difference between him and Jay. Jay's not doing that. Jay's still trying to just dictate and just like, no. If anything, you know what? You see what this convo was? This is what Jay needs to do. Jay should have been like, figure out whatever that's with him and Drake or Nicki and go deal with that behind the scenes. And then pop back out with both of them. That's the Jay move. This Jay shit where he's just rapping a bunch of bullshit on stage. He's looking weird. Like, nigga, you're 60, gang. You can't compete no more. You can't compete with Nicki. You can't compete with Drake. Bro, what you're supposed to do as the OG, whatever wrongs you did, whatever wrongs they did, nigga, you gonna handle that shit because they do love you. They do look up to you because you're Jay. I do love Charlamagne. I do look up to him. But not if you're gonna be on some shit like, because you know what it is? At the end of the day, Drake is like, nigga, I got the people now. You don't got the people now. I don't care how many people show up to Yankee Stadium. Them niggas is not going to dictate what's going on in hip-hop now. Drake is. Nicki is. Ye is. So what you do is what Charlamagne did. All right, Brett, let me try to repair my relationship with Akin, blah, 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 and then I could move. That's what I'm saying Jay needs to do. Jay, I don't care what freestyle you spit, nigga. Like, bro, they ignored your ass because they felt you was a bozo. If you hollered at Drake, though, I don't know. But I think Drake might be receptive and like, whatever y'all issues are, fix it, nigga. Whatever your issues with Nicki is, fix it. Have them at least be like, you know what? Yeah, me and Hov was in a bad place, but we not in a bad place now. Bro, you're never going to win by going against the current. You can't win. Just figure it out. Charlotte just gave you the blueprint. Charlotte could have been on some shit like, all right, well, fuck Act. I don't want to sit down with him. Nigga, I was cool off of not having to sit down last week. Y'all ain't see how shit been going? I've been good. But you know what Charlotte did that was smart? Yo, Act, come on, man. Like, yo, nigga, what am I going to say? Nigga, of course, like, I got respect for, like, what he's done, like, shit, because I learned a lot from him. I guarantee Drake does have some respect for Jay. For what he's done. Maybe not for recent actions, nigga, figure that out. But figure it out privately or figure it out. And you know the best thing? Imagine if Jay had popped out with Drake rapping a song. Over, nigga. What you think? You can't turn people on Drake. It never happened. You can't even turn people on Nicki. You can't turn people on, yeah, you're not the guy no more. You could only do that when you're the guy. And when you were the guy, they were non-factors. That's the end of my advice. But of course, with Rock Nation, all they're going to do is play police games. By the way, they sent 2 takedown notices to Twitter. That Reed Smith, whatever, like, company. Jay, you got to, let me tell you this. You got to fire Desiree Perez. She's a bozo. She's not cultural. She's a fucking rat. She doesn't understand that your cultural equity, yes, you're one of the greatest musicians, but your cultural equity is because niggas have looked up to you and they feel like a fuck with you. She moves like a legal pawn. She moves like a Karen. She dispatches lawsuits. She dispatches law firms to get at people. That's not hip hop, gang. So like nobody is trying to like give you the benefit of the doubt. You gotta fire her. I'm telling you the truth. I know she helped you with mad shit. Either fire her or take her powers. Because this is what I'm telling you. It's not a me thing. It's not a Grand Wizard thing. Your PR will never be good when you think, it's not even you, because I think you old as fuck. Nigga, she thinks that she could use legal maneuvers to actually control shit. It's only getting worse. Trust me. Jay-Z, you need to either demote her from CEO or get Desiree Perez out the way. She's a fucking moron. You don't deal with shit like how what's been going on by literally saying, if you like, put it like this, somebody does a documentary about Jay-Z and it's some not good shit. She files 20 copyright strikes saying you used a picture from his blueprint photo shoot because they want it down. Corny. What you think that's gonna stop the internet? You gotta be old as fuck if you think that's gonna stop it. That's not how you stop it. You know how you stop it? At least Charlamagne was a little smart. Yo, let me go holler at him. Let's sit in front of each other. Let's try to show people we not enemies. So I'm telling you right now, Jay-Z gonna keep getting belt because he hired a fucking rat as his goddamn CEO. And I'm telling you, it's all coming from her. I don't even think it's coming from Jay-Z, nigga. Nigga, because I can see how they... Yo, Grant hit me 2 days ago. Yo, Ak, we got a strike. Could you check who he's from? Rock Nation. Reed Smith, LLP. They copyright struck a future flyer for Jay-Z because the tweet was going viral and the caption wasn't favorable to Jay-Z, but he used his flyer. They copyrighted. Like, bro, you think that's going to stop niggas? Like, yo, you dumb. But anyway, it's all good. Like, again, at the end of the day, these people are fighting history. They're fighting the future. You can't fight the future. Because it don't matter what AI websites y'all make up, it's never going to work. Y'all telling Charlamagne to big up an AI website, that's just not going to work. Nigga got exposed today. Y'all either going to have to deal with the real people, and if it's not me, it's going to be a nigga after me. But we'll see.
You know, because I think he's going through a plight right now where he's trying to right some of his wrongs and also kind of rewrite history that the last page on the book isn't, yo, they just wiped him out the history books.
Yo, I called one of Kanye's mans a couple months ago. And I said, I think I'm gonna reach out to Ye, yo. Just because I wanted to see where he was mentally and emotionally. That's it. I don't need nothing from him. I just want to reach out and see where his head at. You know what? This is one of his mans. His man said, wait a minute. Let's see how he acts when his album comes out. Meaning, he thought that Kanye was going to come out with his album and be up to his usual antics, wilding on people, shitting on people, dissing people. He said, just wait and see. And so we waited to see. And I haven't reached out, but he's clearly found some new form of peace. I think so. So I'm all about, yeah, man, like let's put our arm around that brother. He got to repair a lot of relationships. right? Not the black community, the Jewish community, but he got to do that. He got to go out there and do the work. But yes, that's a sad tale. I don't want to see the legacy of Kanye West ruined, but that's something that I had to learn. I shitted on a lot of people's legacy, especially older rappers, because they weren't hot like they used to be anymore. That don't got nothing to do with what they did. Because we see it now. All these older rappers can make so much money off their catalog. We should both hope that we create bodies of work that when we're in our 50s, close to 60, we can still eat off. We're going to have this same conversation in about 3-4 years, whenever fucking, what was Drake's first shit called? I Left You Home or some shit? What was the shit called?
So Far Gone?
That's the first one?
Yeah.
So Far Gone. When So Far Gone is 20, Drake's going to be celebrating that, and he should. You should celebrate 20 years in the game of your first project that put you in position, and nobody should be shitting on that. Hopefully there's not some new screamer who's like, fuck Drake and OVO.
That's gonna happen. It's always gonna be that.
It's always going to be that, but it shouldn't be. It don't have to be. Because some of this shit is like screaming into the ethos. Nobody's hearing you anyway, bro. He's too big.
But it's part of the rite of passage. There's gonna be a time that a media person is gonna be like, this old nigga act is out the way. And that's normal because they have to own their generation.
I do believe that's always a thing. Like, there's gonna be a time when a nigga's own his generation, that if his generation ain't getting enough credit, he's gonna have to be like, man, fuck this nigga act like this old ass nigga like still think it's a Drake type of thing. Nah, fuck that. We ain't on that no more. Nigga, that's normal. It's normal to me.
Can I tell you? Can we
They
talk?
gotta own their generation. And by the way, I'm gonna understand it. I anticipated it happening, and it's supposed to happen because the thing is, while Jay's gonna be nostalgia for a lot of people, Jay can't own this generation.
He's not trying to. There's an old New York Times interview where Jay-Z says, you're only that you're only that white hot person once. After that, it's just about being consistent. After that, it's just about longevity. And he's absolutely right.
When was that for him, you think?
Huh?
When was that for him?
Jay?
Yeah.
I would say Hard Knock Life Volume, was it 1? Yeah, Hard Knock Life. When the Hard Knock Life album came out. Hard Knock Life, when he dropped It's a Hard Knock Life, that's when he sold 5 million records. That's when he went on, did the Hard Knock Life tour. He took DMX out, Redman, Method Man. That's when he was red hot. That's when he was at his peak. That's the most albums he ever sold.
And by the way, that's where I think that's healthy conversation. Like, we do it with LeBron and Michael, right? We do it like, all right, look at LeBron's stats compared to Mike. That's where I've seen a lot of discussion initially start from. And I like that because I do believe when we put Jay-Z stats on the paper and we put Drake stats on the paper, I see why most people, like, in my opinion, I'm like, I don't think they really compare. But also I know other people would be like, nah, you had to be there. And obviously it's a change at the times, but it always has to be that for a different generation. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
Chat, I'm gonna tell you this. There's gonna be a media personality that I'm gonna be big dog. And if part of clearing the way, they might have to be like, fuck act. Because this is a new wave, a new generation. I'm gonna be disagreeing with certain shit that they do and how they rock and who they like. And they're gonna be like, nah, nigga, like, yo, nigga, you're just old. You're done. Like, you're just, yo, rep your era and move on. That's going to happen. So when y'all be like, yo, like, even when like Wayno mentioned, no, nigga, y'all niggas is time trapped. I know what's going on. Y'all time trapped in a different era. I know for this era, and as soon as there's another era, there's gonna be a nigga who's gonna say to me. And when he say to me, nigga, like, you know what I'm gonna do? Like, I bet. Let me just focus on like my shit and try to work within that or adjust. But this idea that, yo, part of a new rapper coming in is kind of telling the other generation, nigga, fuck y'all niggas. When Wayne came in, how Wayne started rapping? Wayne started rapping like, man, y'all niggas on Jay-Z dick, nigga, I'm the new one. You kind of got to do that to let people and signal to people like it's a change in the times.
But we're supposed to be the people that tell folks better. Like, when So Far Gone comes out, and that shit's 20 years old, You lived it. I lived it. If somebody
By the way, I think Room for Improvement is 20 years old. That's the first mixtape ever. I think it's 2007, 2006. Yeah.
tries to shit on it, you gonna be the first person like, nah, bro, you bugging. Whoever little MC such and such is
I'm
that's out
understanding.
right now, he wasn't hot as Drake in whatever year that was. Like, nah, you wasn't around for that Drake run. That Drake run was crazy. That's how we are with Jay because we lived it. And I feel like we're supposed to be that as leaders in this space. We're supposed to be the ones that tell the story. Like I always see them give you flack because when you I'm like, damn, I didn't know Jay-Z wrote Still Dre.
Again, you know what's funny? I just don't care about that crowd to like whatever. I don't care.
I didn't give you flack for that because I understand that people learn new things all the time, and you learn new things, and it makes you look at things and be like, damn, you know
give me
what?
flack for that?
If it was Drake, I'd be wilding, right? Like if it was something like, yo, you ain't know Drake did whatever, I'd be wilding. Jay-Z, my nigga, I'm gonna be honest with you, I just think it's inconsequential.
What? See, we got two different algorithms.
Yeah, we definitely got to.
They kill you for that all
For
the
real?
time. They kill you for discovering something.
No,
Really?
There's nothing wrong with you discovering
you know what's so funny
things.
about that clip? I knew he wrote it. Like, that's clip farming. Like, I'm talking about Jay in a certain tone. I'm not giving him that much
I
credit.
don't believe you.
Okay. But hold on.
I don't
Hold on.
believe you.
Here's
You need
the,
more.
no.
As a wise man once said, we don't believe
No.
you, you need more people.
All right. But here's the thing. I don't even care to clear it up because those people who think that, that's not even my target demo. I don't give two fucks about what they said. So, like, that was, to me,
Hack, you got to stop talking like you don't have a birthday.
no, you're not getting what I'm saying. Those
I'll never be the biggest media personality with Jay-Z fans. Like, I'm gonna always be the king of the Drake, the Kendricks, the whatever, even though I'm not saying necessarily with Kendrick audience, but like, that's the era that me as the media personality dominated. So when niggas is telling me about Nas and Jay-Z and DMX, nigga, I'll give my opinion, but I don't give a fuck if y'all think I'm the aficionado or not. Like, I'm intertwined from Drake and Meek start beefing up till now. That's 10 years. Like, I'm mentioned by pretty much every consequential rapper. So, like, when niggas talk about, like, Jay-Z, I don't care. Like, who gives a fuck? Like, that's not my era. Like, who gives a fuck?
people aren't like I relate to the people. You know those media people you said, oh, they were killing me this week. Yeah, that's my ilk. That's my ilk. And whoever who tunes into that ecosystem, I don't care. Like that other ecosystem, I'm never gonna tap into. And by the way, maybe the
You don't know that,
ecosystem
though.
after me,
You don't know that because when
they'll never respect you. They'll never respect you.
No,
I give Charlamagne a little bit of credit with this. I thought about it. I was like, yeah, you never know. When I'm 60, I might want to talk about hip hop, not just only one era. So I might want to talk about this Drake, Kendrick, Cole era, and I do want to talk about the 50 era, and I do want to talk about the, you know, and I feel like I do still talk about the Tupac, like that's just a historic era, but like even the DMX, Eminem, J era, like yeah, no, I get that. It's just I'm not there right now.
when Akademiks is not on bullshit and he's actually being an observer of the culture and like really talking about music, I can listen to you all day and be like, all right, yeah, I see that. Like when the Drake Kendrick shit was happening, before it turned into we gotta pick a side and it was just about music, I don't think there was anybody more entertaining to listen to than you. That's just my personal opinion. But that is you actually being a person that's a fan of culture and the music and the shit that we should be discussing. It's when we start getting on all this personal shit, which I've learned the hard way. All I'm ever trying to get y'all to do is not make the same mistakes that I made. And I want you see what I've done, right? You've seen it from the very beginning. Huh?
And listen, at this point, a lot of mistakes you've made in your career in one way or another when it comes to me. I remember having a conversation
15
with you.
years ago, would you ever think I'd be on the front of a Forbes? Be honest.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
Nah.
Charlotte, you was Howard Stern back then. You was the. You see, that's the thing with Charlotte. No matter what's going on, nigga, I've acknowledged that. Let me tell you this. There's a few. When it comes to this microphone, to this day, I still look at me and I say, if I was on the mic with Charlamagne in his prime, with Star in his prime, are they eating me up, pause? Or am I like trading jabs with them? Them niggas is legends, bro. Like, them niggas, to me, when I listen to them, I'm like, yo, these niggas, trust me, to this day. And when he says that, I always knew that Charlamagne, he was always really crazy, but he wasn't a crash. See, Star's a crash out. Like, ain't nobody really got more talent than Star, but he's a crash out. Like, he's like, it's almost like Tax Stone. Like, he'll get arrested for saying some dumb shit. Charlotte is gonna do all of that, but not go the extra mile. But he's still funny, so whatever. Those two has always been like, whatever. Now, Charlotte, every time I talk to Charlotte's always kind of like, he always kind of like framed that discussion in terms of shock jocks. I don't know if necessarily all the time. There was some shock jock stuff that Star did, but yo, Star's amazing, my nigga. Like, yo, Star's a guy, I'm telling you, Star's a nigga you could listen to for. Remember, I came in this game, nobody knew my face. So it's the same thing with radio. To be on this microphone right here, this shit right here, with nobody seeing your face and people could listen to you and just their mind has to create whatever you're saying is amazing. These two guys to me is like, they're one of the best. By the way, Joe's up there too, of course. Like, Joe's a different monster, but like, Joe has a cheat code. Joe has been a rapper, not in terms of clout, but Joe's wordplay is beyond anything. These are the people when I listen to the, shout out to, Ice Ish, shout out to Queen's Flip. I'll even say rare one, but I'll say shout out to even Mark, whatever. Even the crackhead Mona on Joe Budden podcast. When I listen to Joe Budden podcast, I listen for Joe. Joe's a wordsmith. I used to do a show called Everyday Struggle with Joe and study even him. I study Charlamagne. I study, like, these are people I don't have no problem admitting I study. Like, these niggas is great. You feel what I'm saying? And, yeah. To kind of double down on that point, I always felt that Charlamagne was going to be, he was definitely the Black Howard Stern for me. So when he says, do you think I would ever be on the cover of Forbes? I'm like, early on, I thought the media personality was bigger than the rapper. And bigger than, not more famous than. Bigger than because it's a bigger brand because you would last longer. Average rapper's lifespan would be like 4 or 5 years. You're not a legendary media personality if you haven't spanned 10. So you already have to double a rapper's time to even be considered in the same legendary thing. A legendary rapper could do 5, 6 years. To me, you're not a legend in media until you did 10. And that's why I always thought that he was going to be up there with the Howard Sterns.
Yeah.
How? We never saw that. We never saw no hip hop. We never saw a hip hop media personality do that.
Because I still believe, to a certain extent, without a few exception, media is bigger than the rapper.
So why?
It's the reason why all the rappers are now streaming. They're coming up. Media always outlasts the rapper. A average rapper run, they're done in 5 to 6 years.
Not in our space. And me and you have had these conversations before. A lot of times, man, especially when you're a shock jock, you look up and you think you can go farther, but you don't realize there's a glass ceiling there. So there's a lot of people that I used to get a lot of inspiration from. The version of me that I was definitely inspired by the shock jocks that came before me. But I saw how they ended. I saw the plane land and the wheels didn't come out.
They also weren't as smart business-wise as you are. Like, you figured out ways to kind of pivot and leverage that they might not have done.
But you got to allow yourself to grow and evolve.
And also, one of the things, and this is why even this week, I was proud of one thing, not that you were getting attacked, but I remember watching you during your, like, I don't know, call it prime, but it's like, there's a bunch of people, you had an ilk. I'm like, yo, these are people that are like,
Yeah, there was a time Charlamagne was surrounded by a lot of media personality who kind of ate off the fruit of his tree. You got the Angela Rise, you have the Tax Stones, you have the Deeces and Miro. You had a bunch of those people, and I ain't gonna lie, shit has changed a bit. Deeces and Miro, irrelevant. Tax Stone, lifer. Angela Rye, I haven't seen her in years.
Charlotte don't even gotta say nothing. This motherfucker is gonna say something, this person, and it was clearly people who was just inspired by your greatness or who were friends with you or whatever, but they were in the business with you, and I was just like, you gotta be so great that there's gonna be offshoots of you that are going to always rock with you. And to a certain extent, even bring it back to Jay, I don't believe everybody on some page shit if they defend Jay, right? I do think certain people, Jay is so great that of course they're going to be endearing to whatever he has going on. They're going to be like, nah, what are you talking about, you know? And for me, I've always tried to find that. And I think these days, you know, online, I see a lot of people who they have a YouTube channel, or they stream, or they just put out short videos. A lot of them, you know, at first I remember, like even this one guy, me and him, a lot of people like, yo, he sounds just like you. And I remember I almost caught myself like with the audience, like, nah, check him real quick. And then I remember me and you had that conversation at one point. And, you know, lo and behold, one of the greatest things I did was embrace him.
But tell him what I told you.
I forgot this.
I told him that, I said, Ak, you need to find your own voice. I said, because right now you're trying to sound like me and you're trying to sound like this other person. I said, but when you find your own voice, you're going to be out of here. And that's what I really meant, because I didn't want you to be a second-rate version of anybody.
But you know what I learned bigger than that, and even with like even people that came after me too, is that a lot of times when you've seen someone come up, there's no real blueprint how to do this shit. So people copy the best thing out.
I agree.
And they copy or at least are influenced by the shits that's working the most. And you always got to give people grace. I remember Quincy Jones had this one saying where it's like, you know, most he's talking about musicians, he says most start playing like someone else before they actually find their own pocket. And I don't think that's the case anymore with me and you. And even the person I'm talking about too, I think they're
I hear a lot of little wannabe yous. You know what I'm saying? I hear a lot of people that be trying to sound like you.
Really?
You know what I mean? But listen, here's the thing. I don't I never give advice, and you know this. I don't tell you anything that hasn't happened to me. Everything I'm telling you is just based off experience. And there's a lot of narrative that I see that I don't like. Like, I hate when people be like, yo, Charlamagne be trying to sun Akademiks. Have I ever tried to sun you, Ak?
Well, I can understand why they would say it, but
they only say that because of the position that they look at me in. And then when I'm talking to you, we're always having conversations.
No, you've given, and to be fair.
Yeah, and I had a little context to that. I've always said, respectfully, Charlotte has been to many rooms before I got there. Pause. I'll give you an example. When I was doing my Spotify deal, Charlotte, who was going to stay with the Breakfast Club, he was approached by Spotify before they came to me. And Charlotte told me what they offered him. I respected that. I did. He told me, he said, yo, Ak, they want me to leave the Breakfast Club. They want me to come to Spotify. This is what they offered me. That would be the money for me to basically go do the Breakfast Club on Spotify. I'm letting you know that you could do what you need to do to get your situation. And I appreciated that. I thought that's sincere. You don't got to tell me that.
Fair. You've given advice in terms of, you've called me at moments where other people fucked up and said, Ak, see what I was telling you? Got to avoid this. And I've always appreciated that. You've also called in moments and be like, Ak, yo, right now you killing, but you gotta make that more. It's also inspiration, right? So like,
I told you that during the Drake Kendrick shit. I was like, yo, Ak, now was the time for you to make your pivot. I literally said that to you. I said, that shock jock shit you was doing, fuck all that. This is where people want to see you at. Like, you could be doing this, breaking the music, you know, because I learned about so many new artists from you back in the day. All them dudes that never had tattoos on their face and they dreads was this long. The Uzi Verts, the Young Boys. I didn't know any of them, but they used to be on your shit back in the day. I said, yo, you should make that pivot right now. And I think that that's what I feel like even this conversation is about. I think this is a pivotal moment even for you. Like, you can decide to say, you know what? I'm a pivot.
My only retort to that is that, let me tell you this, and I think this is where this conversation lies for me. This conversation is a bigger conversation needs to be had. That's why I said I would rather more a round table, because
Tell me what the conversation is.
the conversation hip hop media and fandom is broken. Everybody, this is sides.
And it's whack. It's our fault, though. I think it's our fault, Act. It's our fault and the artist's
Not
fault.
necessarily.
Because the artists don't talk. So being that the artists don't talk, us talk. Like right now, people think this is a Jay-Z versus Drake thing because it's me and you. That's weird.
The artists put something in the air where the fans are battling it out. Put it like this.
It never used to be like that, though.
Yeah, but I'm going to give you an example, and I'm going to use dancehall culture. People are so shocked these days. Vybz Kartel served a long time in jail. He's now doing concerts with his biggest rival.
Bounty Killer, right?
No, Movado.
Movado, okay.
Kids used to go to school and argue over them. People are getting stabbed. It was so, it appeared so serious. What I think both artists did was that they realized that their moment of even the biggest beef in that culture, it elevated the culture, even elevated them. Not only has years passed, but they had to squash it too for people to kind of look at it like, I get it, that's your favorite, that's my favorite. I do think that Drake and Kendrick, as long as they're at odds, you're gonna have that divide. These are the two guys with the biggest audience, and it starts with them. Like, people know
it could
that
just be rap, though. Meaning, if we, the media figures, didn't act like it was something.
No, I'm not. I really think it's the rappers. It's the rappers. You got Kendrick. Kendrick has made it where his fans feel like Drake and what he represents is some bad shit. And Drake fans and Drake too has made it seem like Kendrick is, and what Kendrick fans represents bad shit. It's not gonna be whatever.
Anything else, I think that the audience would also be like, that's just rap.
no,
It's
but
just rap.
But even the media too. The media guys have picked their side. They're like, you could tell who's clearly on Kendrick's side or who clearly is endearing to Drake. But it starts from the artist. Like, the artists aren't kind of making it seem like, all right, this was just sport. They're making it seem like this is really Tupac and Biggie.
Yeah.
They are kind of making it. So that trickles down.
So that's why we, as media figures, got to know how to move. And me and you was going to talk way before this past week. But when you get online and you start talking about, I'm gonna go personal. I'm gonna start talking about people's families and blah blah blah.
No, I didn't say that. I said I'm not, when I'm into it with people like that dude Ruri or whatever. He pulled up to my house and dropped some in my mailbox. Yeah, I posted him and his child that's personal.
My point is,
when they were saying about you, I'm like, trust me and Charlamagne, it's not what you're thinking it is, because when it gets there with me and anybody, I am going to the
But this is my point, and I just got to say this clear. When conversations start getting like that, it's like, oh, you and that going to meet up? Drop the low. No. You know what I'm saying?
That's what Jay said? No, Jay's probably right.
No,
Yo,
bro.
y'all got a little hair student back there.
No.
Yo, chat. I think Jay was trying to
Nah,
No, stand down. But no, my point is, it's like, but those are the stupid conversations that happen. I don't want an inbox full of academics shit. You understand what I'm saying? People say, yo, Act did this, Act did that. I don't care about none of that. I'm like, listen, I don't give a fuck about none of that. Like, I know that guy. Me and that guy gonna sit down and we're gonna have a conversation. You know what I'm saying? And the world is gonna see them two dudes ain't got no fucking issue. Cause
I agree this is necessary, right? And that's what I'm saying. If the rappers could
all I heard
do
all
that,
week, that's not your friend. Act not your friend. That ain't your boy. I don't know why you act like that's your guy. That's not your guy. You hear how he talking about you?
You must be tapped into my phone. That's what I heard.
You see what I'm saying? And that's silly to me.
Fact.
They don't know the conversations that you and I be having. They just don't know that. But I think now that they do. So what are we going to do from this moment on? How are we going to pivot to use our individual platforms and influence to just make this whole landscape better? Because I think we can. And I'm down to make the round. Like I said, I'm down to go, yo, Joe, let's go sit down and have that conversation. Whether it's just Me and Joe, me, you and Joe, whoever it is. Like,
Yeah, media wise, I really feel like it kind of got to feel like how it probably felt years ago, where everybody's just kind of in the mix. It's not these days. I could
all
tell
the white boys doing it.
right.
Like the Rogans and the Theo Vons and the what's some other dudes' names? Alex, Andrew, to an extent. Like, they all doing it. What are we doing? You know what I'm saying?
Hey, listen, I'm
like,
with
what are we
that.
doing?
Hey, listen, I've always had a good rapport with pretty much all the important people in the media. The ones that are, yeah, but all.
You gotta
and
stop.
I always
I want you to stop having that mentality.
who what?
That's coming from a place of trauma because of how people used to treat you.
What do you mean?
When you say all of the important people, like, don't look at folks like that, because when you was on the come up and you
Nah. I'm never talking about my niggas who's coming up in the game. I'm talking about some of the niggas who've been on for like 20 years who used to shun people like me. I'm talking about them. I'm talking about Rosendweeb. I'm talking about Ebro. Niggas irrelevant.
was at Rutgers doing college radio and you wanted an interview, you said you reached out to mad people. The only person that hit you back was me.
Yeah, and those people not being tapped in, I'm just merely mentioning that. That's why they're not.
But you being
Prominent
you being a big dog, you should always pay it forward. Because you don't
No,
know,
of course.
you don't know who that next act gonna be.
No, of course, no, forward. I'm talking about like some of these guys who
Dinosaurs.
like the Rosen bums. I'm talking about them.
That's
like,
different. That's
yeah,
different.
I'm talking about them. But like, no, going forward, like, I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, when Complex said, "Okay, you're the number one guy," you know, it's that list is only as important as what everybody thought about the list. I think it was the second time they put me one or whatever. What I felt this time was much different than the first. I felt I was like, I can't have the happy to be here moment anymore. And then I started.
I don't know if I'm struggling to explain it, but the first time they appointed me as number one on that list, right? I was like, yo, I feel like so much conversation has been, yo, is Ak hip hop? Is he whatever? Da. So it was one of those like, all right, good. Like, I'm kind of like, all right, niggas now know these are my peers. I'm in the league, and this year I won a championship. When I got number one this year, I didn't feel that no more. I didn't feel like I had to be number one ever again. That's why I got everything I need to get off my chest when I was number one that first time. I then felt that I was looking at the Traplo Rosses, the Flacos, like the other new creators, and I was just like, yo, they're taking a similar path to me. The pressure on me is, how do I be the person who's pushing it forward for them? Who's being the voice that, like when they do these lists nowadays, they're still like giving some of the same traditional people like the look. There's a lot of great people on YouTube that's coming up like in a realm or route that I did. I'm like, they're not. So I'm like, I feel pressure for that. I'm like, yo, you got to keep pushing the line for your people. That's how you got on, nigga. Like, so you can't just be happy with being on the list by yourself, even if you're number one. How you number one on the list and Traplo don't get on the list? Like, Flacco don't get on the list. There's a lot of other people. These people you listen to. You don't listen to this other shit. Like, they gave a list and they bringing people. I don't listen to them niggas. So that's where I feel the pressure. I'm like, yo, I either got to help elevate these people or I got to help push the line to be like, this is where new media is living. Y'all got to tap in over here. So that's my pressure, right? Like, it's bro, at this point, I'm the only person who got put on that list twice. Only person. So I could be like, oh, I'm good already. Like, I'm the first person to 2 championships. I'm good. But now I'm looking at, I'm like, well, if I'm on the list, I can't just be happy that I'm competing with Joe and Charlamagne and like, what was it, Vlad? And no, I got to be like, yo, what happened to I always told people this. When y'all get rid of me, there's 1,000 more of me coming. And there is 1,000. They're there already. So me, the pressure I feel like for next year, I want to see more representation of people like me. That's it. Just give me like 5 of them. 5, 10. Give me. I really wish half the list was people like me. Like, that's kind of in my realm. Like, I bet we good. I don't like when they just take me and be like, oh yeah, Ak is kind of crossed over, because they're not acknowledging the route I take. Okay, that's it.
Because you're in it. Like, you know, there was a time that I was just like, yo, I'm happy to be mentioned among people.
Gotcha.
This time I felt responsibility. I'm like, yo, there's a lot of people who they're running their race right now, and they look at you to be like, I'm doing it this route that acted it. And that made me feel like, okay, I gotta lead with some, you know, I said on stream, I said, man, I gotta do better. Because I do know that there's a bunch of people who are looking at me and I'm their blueprint. And I looked at a bunch of people and I looked at them.
That's the biggest thing. Man, when I was watching Charlamagne, nigga, I was trying to do every blueprint. Nigga, there was up until 2016, nigga, I was trying to get to radio. Nigga, I was trying. You know what I mean? So I know people looking at me as a blueprint, and I want to make sure that if you spend the last 2 years of your life kind of like, oh no, I look up to Ak, I fuck with Ak, I'm trying to model my content like him, that you know that my greatness ain't gonna be just like me being who I am, but I'm gonna open a lane. That's my thing. That's the pressure. I gotta open a lane. I gotta kick doors open. I gotta open a lane for somebody who's gonna come, and he's gonna be greater than me. It's gonna be probably a mix of me and a Kai Cenat type nigga. He's gonna be like the biggest, but he love hip hop, and I want to make sure that when that person gets acknowledged, when he's doing his speech, he's like, yo, and last but not least, man, shout out to Ak, man. Like, yo, I grew up watching him. Like, he kind of gave me, you know what I mean, some tips or whatever. Like, he inspired me to get here. That'll be good. I'll be 60. I'll be fucking just talking to, like, you know, I'll still be talking to y'all. But, of course, you know, again, you can't be the most relevant always. So, and I'll be happy. I'll be happy. So that's only the pressure I feel.
When they were doing their thing to be like, all right, whatever you do and how you carry that you know, that position is how I think I need to carry myself to get there and go somewhere else. So, you know, that's the only thing where I kind of look at, because I do see a lot of people.
You feel pressure?
Yeah.
You should. You shouldn't.
No, pressure and
because whether you're
Yeah, I feel pressure because I don't want me, like, my career to be kind of like finished, or like not finished, but like 5-10 years from now, niggas said, yo, academic, like, I do think I'm a 101, but nigga, I always thought I was trailblazing. I always thought I was trailblazing for a generation. I don't want nobody to be like, yeah, nah, but Ak the only one who could get there. Nah, nigga. I want everybody who has ever watched an Akademiks video, who got inspired by me, who, listen, whether you're a clipper now and eventually you kind of parlay that into like you being a creator, I want you to be like, nah, Ak help open up that lane for us. I'll fuck with that nigga.
number one or not next year or the next year from now.
No, I don't care about being number one. I just care about the lane, because I feel like they've bestowed this like title of you help create this lane. And that's the pressure. Being a leader in the lane.
As long as you're still doing what you're doing.
no, not pressure with that. I feel pressure with like, man, I get on the phone with a lot of these guys a lot. And I remember you getting on the phone with me. True. So like when they're picking my brain and shit like that, and I'm trying to help them navigate, I'm always trying to make sure I'm giving them the best advice, but also that they're looking at me and being like, all right, he's still setting the bar. You get what I'm saying? Like
You'll always be the bar.
If I don't do what, probably one of the biggest fears is not becoming or doing what I think that guy who's gonna represent that shift. Because after me, I know where a lot of this media shit's going.
Like, I don't want to be the person who's like, yo, yeah, I did it. Like, no disrespect to Soldier, but I ain't trying to be the soldier. Like, nah, it sounds like I'm dissing. I don't want to be the person like, nah, I'm the first nigga who did this, but nobody gives the credit. Right? Like, in a sense, when it comes to like even some shit with streaming, they do it now, but I didn't really trailblaze streaming for streaming. I might have did it for hip hop. But when it comes to hip hop media, I know I'm trailblazing this shit. So that's what I'm saying. I don't want niggas to be like, where I got to be like, yo, nah, I was the first nigga who da 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 da. Nah, I want niggas to be like, yo, man, yo, it's like when niggas talk about IRL or like, you know, dating streams. Niggas do dating streams or e-dates. You can't mention that lane without saying, man, shout out to Rice Gum, nigga. Like, that nigga Rice Gum was on that. See? That, if you understand that, you understand me.
If I don't set the bar of, okay, this is where I need to go, it's either going to be just a lost generation of media people, or there's going to be somebody else that says, this is what I should have done.
Well, my bar is not even hip-hop media no more. My bar hasn't been that for probably
I feel like
the last 5-6 years. I don't even think it's just politics. Because I'm not trying to be a political person. I'm just a grown-ass man who pays attention to things that go on in the world. You know, I would rather shine that light on somebody like Angela Rye, using the platform to shine that light on, you know, people like a Tesla Figueroa.
Respectfully, I haven't seen Angela Rye in like 3 years. Like, I haven't seen that. But you know what? I think that's a byproduct of the Democrats not being in power. Like, you don't see people like that when the Democrats ain't in power. And I mean, even Charlamagne Hill, who's I believe is a Democrat, bro, he's on Joe Budden's podcast. Like, we haven't seen a lot of these like Democrat political pundits in a while. And I don't know if we're gonna, maybe we see them after Trump gets out of office, but I haven't seen it. I used to see Angela Rye everywhere. I don't see her nowhere now.
Or, you know, whoever that political pundit may be in that space. Like, that's not something I want. That's just something that happened, you know? But I'm looking at media titans that are doing things across all landscapes, the movies, the television shows, you know, podcasting is our world, the books, the audio books. Like, that is the type of content I'm looking to create. These new micro dramas. It's like, yo, you really want to be the person that's just talking all day? Like, that can't be the only content we create.
Yeah,
that can't be the only content we
create. So
many
different ways, though. Like, when I look at you, I feel like, okay, I'll use you and Joe. Like, I feel like there's a lot of top level business stuff that I think you are putting your tentacles in that does help the overall situation.
Absolutely.
And then when I look at Joe, I think I'm not gonna lie to you. I just talked to him a couple of days ago. I said, man, yo, the way that you have kind of, you know, you're helping reinvent once you have that solid foundational audience, you just need to build your city. Because I also kind of believe that he's built his city, and like I could tell like he probably doesn't care for certain stuff. Like, you know what I mean? Maybe if Netflix hit him up, he would get, but I don't think he cares. I think he's like, he's always wanted that though, but that's his personality. And then I even think of myself and I'm like, I feel like I'm navigating some even these new spaces where, you know, I remember my agent hit me up and he said something about like a deal. And
talk about Oren?
Yeah.
Shout out to Oren.
And
Oren from
yeah,
UTA,
like,
what up?
I haven't been the most interested in it because like I do feel like a lot of the things I'm doing is like.
How many times have I talked to Oren about you?
True.
No, you have.
And about things that I think you should be doing.
Yeah. No,
people don't know that.
I agree. but I did. So where I got to also with the deal stuff, man, most of them deals didn't feel sweet after the headline went away. Like it was no hype because in reality, like I'm truly in the place of I don't think there's a deal that could really fulfill me beyond just the headline and everybody posting and the deal doesn't do it for me.
I get
anymore.
it. That makes perfect sense.
And I also finally got past the point of I felt like I need to stand next to a big brand. When I was Spotify, that was it. Like I took less money from I think I took either a mil per year, but I took definitely a mil less to go with Spotify over Apple. And for me, I seen Joe go there and I was just like, yo, that's the ultimate cosign. I'm leaving everyday struggle. Like, shit, this shit. In how I think my career is going, I need them to stand next to me. And like now it's like, I don't feel that anymore.
Listen, the world, my world has always been that world, but I do both, right? So if I end up doing a deal with a Netflix, great. But Brilliant Idiots is still an independent entity. You know, if I do a production deal and this film comes out through a studio, cool. But I got another film over here that I'm gonna come out of pocket and film. So you can always do the inside-outside game. That's the shit I learned from like guys like 3 6 Mafia. That's the shit I learned from guys like Rockefeller, right? Like you can have a
This is the best version of Charlamagne, right? If you notice, like, you're seeing a different side of me. It's not combative. It's also me trying to learn. You feel me? Like, it's me also trying to learn. Like, I got my little ways, but I'm trying to learn.
independent arm, and you can have a corporate arm that's attached to a larger brand. You can do it all. That's all I'm saying. Like there's nothing we can't do. My point is, why aren't more of us doing it, and why aren't more of us doing it together? Because from what I've learned in my time in this game, the people at the bottom are competing, the people at the top are collaborating. And that's what we need to be doing
That's
more
good,
of.
sir.
You're the leader of the space. You got a 200. Let's get it together. Let's get it on the round table.
That's just one deal. Remember that.
The subtle flex by Charla. He ain't tell me the Rock Nation deal yet.
Let's get it together. Let's get it on the round table.
That's just one deal. Remember that. I want y'all to think about that for a second. That's not the book imprint.
Oh,
You understand what I'm saying? That's not the audio scripted. That's not the movies. That's not the Crystal franchise. That's not none of that. That's just one situation. There's so much that all of us could be doing. And to your point, the reason I'm in the position I'm in is because I pour into other people. I don't want to be the only person. I want my man over here to be rocked up. I want my chick over here to be rocked up. And that's what's happening. You can look at people that I've stood next to or, you know, been business with, partners with, whoever. You can look at it and see. I want that for all of us. All of us should be doing that with each other. And we can. So
Put that together, man.
let's go,
Put that
man.
together.
My guy,
So it's a ceasefire, man. I'm telling you.
I ain't never was bombing.
Nah, you're bombing.
I was on
You're
defense.
bombing.
Okay?
You're a bomber.
I was on defense. We gonna fix all of this, man.
we gonna get it together, man. You know, obviously, let me tell you this. One thing about media, this is why I usually have reverence for media and media personalities. I got no problem going at it with Lil Baby. Nigga like Lil Baby or whoever else is the rapper, a rapper career is half the time as long as a media personality career. I gotta be, if I'm gonna beef with like a Charlamagne or a Joe, I gotta prepare to beef for 15 years. Charla is gonna be around for 15 years. Joe, 15 years. Do I want that? Lil Baby, he's a retard. Like he might go to jail in 2 years, or he might be just done in 4, and we just talking about him like an aftermath. What do I rather do? Beef for 15 or deal with a nigga? He might seem hot at the moment, but he might be out of here in 4. A rapper is like, you know, I don't want to call no rappers names, but there's a couple rappers like 2 years ago, we're like, oh my God, they're so on fire. Today we're like, man, they kind of flopped. They kind of fell off. It's really quick with that. So, you know, I try to deal with media a little bit different. Anyway, chat, I really got on